Now launching the dumbest radio show in America. Welcome to Common Man and T-Bone.
You're never going to retire.
No.
You're going to always do Wild Card Wednesday.
I'll be 80 and pissing on myself. But I'll be here going.
Listen, you don't have to wait till you're 80 to start doing that. There's no law that says you can't do that now.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
Timmy Hall.
I will rub one on my face.
And a collection of profane noises.
Coach?
No, Dom.
I'm a genetic freak. And I'm not normal.
I want me some glory hole. I'll keep it in the room.
Stop breathing. It used to be a lot longer.
The numbers don't lie.
This is Stupid. This is Man and Bone.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. I'm T-Bone. Timmy Hall is here. Common Man is off today. Timmy, how you been, man?
Bone, how are you doing, man? Good to be back.
I'm very good. Yeah, you were here yesterday,
Just
but you were
doing
not
my
on
regular
the show.
job
Yeah.
yesterday. Yeah.
You're just doing your regular show. Sorry,
Imagine that.
My microphone was way hot there, so that's why you sounded like a child, and my voice was like booming over everything because your mic was turned way down compared to mine. Things a professional would check before he turns on the microphones.
It's a different beast sitting in that chair. Yes, it is.
Indeed.
Got the switches and the knobs and all the sounders.
Indeed.
You're doing a great job at it.
Well, thanks,
though.
buddy. Well,
Come on.
we're 30 seconds in, so we'll see how it goes. I got to tell you, and if you're on the YouTube chat, you can see this already. If you're on our live stream right now, 971 The Fan, just go search that on YouTube and you will find our live stream. It's there every day. We tell you about it every day. But Timmy is wearing a fantastic outfit today. You have gone there's a term that they like to use in England when a person wears
the full kit.
the shirt,
Full kit
and
W.
the pants. Yeah, full kit wanker. We can say that.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I mean, no one's using wank that way around here, right?
You just said it, so we're good.
If you're in the South, you're like, hey, man, that lady was wanking at me. Like, she's winking. That's all.
that lady winked at me.
Good old Jesse Wanker. If you're in the South, that's just a guy.
Jesse Wanker hits dangers, man.
That's just a guy who walked it off for the Mets yesterday. That's not a wanker. Come on. Anyway.
Dude hit a snot rocket.
You look a little you're not full kit wanker yet. You are wearing the Grizzlies hat, the Grizzlies shirt, though. And I approve of that because I, love the Vancouver Grizzlies throwback.
Yep.
Never should have been moved. Bryant Big Country Reeves. We will not have Bryant Big Country Reeves erasure on this show. And so I love your outfit today, buddy. It's great.
What about a little Mike Bibby? Maybe harken back to Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
There you go. Yeah.
Going back in the heyday. It's too bad, because obviously they wanted to go up there with a two-pack of teams to expand their footprint. So you had the Toronto Raptors that stayed and had some success, and now they got their title, but never worked out with the Vancouver Grizzlies, and that's been a good long time now, at least 15, 20 years since they've been gone from Canada.
Yeah.
And, the logo's still fantastic, and the Vancouver uniform was just better. But you remember the trim that they had? It was the trim that was around the sleeves and the collar.
Yes.
And I think on the borders of the shorts, too.
Yes.
That really made that uniform pop.
Yes.
And made it different. And I don't know, Memphis has probably worn those as throwbacks because they've got the rights to all that imaging and those graphics. But it's cool that you can still get on a tab on Mitchell & Ness and find Vancouver Grizzlies stuff. I told you what my reasoning was for this because Sarah and Jack, they're all like, we give Jack a budget to get himself a souvenir when we take a family trip, right?
Yeah.
And so we wind up getting more than one souvenir. It's usually how that goes. When you're traveling and you have a solo kid, right?
Can't imagine.
I don't have 3 children. We have 1. So typically one thing turns to 2. Yeah.
It happens with us, so I'm sure it happens with him.
Yeah. So I just decided to take a step back. Also, this was because I was scouting out a store in Seattle, and I couldn't get 5 minutes in there before Jack is saying to me, are you done looking yet? Can we go now? And Sarah's also saying, so do you need much more time to find a thing? And I said, you know what? Let's just go. Let's get on out. I'm done. I'm just going to get something on the interwebs when we get back home. And it'll be better than a cheap hat or a cheap T-shirt from some place in Seattle that's off-brand. And I said, I'm just going to go. This will be more money for the family now because when we get home, I'm going to go to Mitchell and Ness and buy a Vancouver Grizzly thing and a Seattle Supersonics thing.
There you go.
But you know what? I didn't get any time in the store because I guess we got to start walking back to the ferry now because we're all tired and want to go back and to the place. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And here I am.
I was probably in that same store when we went to Seattle, and I could have spent an hour in there just because they had a bunch of Sonic stuff. I just was looking at hats, and it took me a half an hour to make a decision. And then the same thing on a shirt.
Yeah.
They had all kinds of stuff in there.
It was right next to that Ivar's or Ivan's Fish Bar
exactly where
you're
went.
walking down towards
Ivar's.
Pike's Market in this huge not a memorabilia shop, like a T-shirt and sweatshirt
Tchotchkes.
and jersey.
It was all
Flingers or tchotchkes?
They had little like shot glasses with the Seattle skyline in it. You get anything you want. Yeah, it's all in there.
Coasters out the wazoo.
Oh, all the coasters.
Ceramic coasters, they're the new rage, man.
Well, I love the Vancouver Grizzlies look for you. The Memphis Grizzlies, just last thing, I promise I eventually will get to things that are not your outfit, but that the Memphis Grizzlies have worn those colors, and I feel conflicted about it because I have enjoyed watching the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, before John Morant got on Instagram with his gun, I really enjoyed watching him and the Grizzlies over the years, and they have worn those colors, but with Memphis on it. Mm-hmm. And I feel that feels a little bit like when the Canes wear their Hartford Whalers look, and it's like, but you stole that team from them. I don't know if this is great. However,
I agree.
There is a famous John Morant rookie card that if you're in the card game, go look this one up. It's the Young Dolph card. Now, it's got a tragic backstory to it. Rapper Young Dolph, who is a Memphis guy, sadly died, but he had attended a Memphis Grizzlies game and was in the picture of, like, John Morant's just, like, that's the photo they used. He's wearing those Vancouver colors, and behind him, courtside, in the photo, is a famous rapper who then later died. And so now that card has become a little sought after by people who say, oh, wow, not only is this famous celebrity in it, but also that guy sadly passed away.
I will say, when talking about, teams that move and we really love their old colors or uniform combos, I do appreciate how whenever there's talk about a new team coming to Seattle, it would just be the Seattle Supersonics.
They have to be.
And how the Charlotte Hornets got to become a thing again.
They have to.
What really bothers me is what happened in the NFL because the Houston Oilers gear. Yeah, you don't even have to say. You don't even say no more. Say no more. They have. I was looking at this
horrible injustice.
I was looking at this after I got done looking at Vancouver Grizzlies and Seattle Supersonics stuff because I'm in the throwback mode, right? They have a page. It's not one page. Sorry, they've got a tab that has 9 pages of gear.
Oh, yeah.
That's how much Houston Oilers stuff they're selling, and the Tennessee Titans just hold it hostage.
It's ridiculous.
It's too bad that the Houston Texans aren't simply the Houston Oilers.
I know.
And they get to just wear those uniforms, and then maybe they could have modified it a bit through time and then always gone back to some of the most clean throwbacks that we've ever had.
Well, I think I don't know if the Browns were the only ones that did this. I mean, they weren't the only ones. I don't know if they were the first, but obviously you remember when Art Modell left Cleveland. When he left Cleveland, they were like, fine, I guess if you have to, you're taking the team. We're keeping all the stuff.
The imaging and the name.
And the records and all that. Like, we're the Browns. You can start your new franchise over there. We are the Browns. This franchise exists. And this color scheme exists and all that stuff.
Well, the Hornets originally left because they were the New Orleans Hornets.
New Orleans Hornets.
New Orleans.
We know.
And then they must have eventually broken or cracked to give the name back to Charlotte.
I think, I don't remember exactly how that all went, but I know you're right. The Hornets were there, and then they switched it to something that made sense for New Orleans. And then Charlotte.
Like New Orleans Jazz?
Which would have been nice, except that's in Utah now.
Except for Utah took that name
Makes
with
no
them
sense.
a long time ago, and you got John Stockton playing for a team called the Utah Jazz.
That's all
What
right.
world are we in?
Los Angeles, known for its lakes.
But Thurl Bailey, who was on that famous NC State Wolfpack team, the famous 1983 team that got hot and won the title, Jimmy V. It's one of the most iconic, endings of an NCAA tournament. People see Jimmy V looking for someone to hug. Thurl Bailey played on that team. Winds up going to the Utah Jazz. He converts to being a Mormon, and he becomes a great jazz musician. and
Is that
plays
right?
lots of jazz music in the area out there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He got Utah'd up, didn't he?
I guess so. Utah Jazz. He's the definition of it. Now we got to fix the Lakers because they're the Minneapolis Lakers.
A lot of lakes out there.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Called them the ocean. I don't know.
Who knows? All right. So we've got plenty to get to today. I believe, Bodie, I can't believe I haven't asked you this. Are we good with Adam Rittenberg today at 3:34? Do we know?
I'll find out right now.
Let's find out. Maybe we'll talk to Adam Rittenberg today at 3:34. I forgot to ask Bodie today.
Bone, you're great at this.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yep.
Timmy. Thank you. But in the meantime, while he's checking on that, we also have Degenerate T-Bone coming up 4:48. I will lose you money. Timmy will be here, so maybe you'll actually get some good advice this time. And we're going to start off by talking about this. The Columbus Crew defeated Philadelphia last night, 3-1. Crew into the League's Cup final. I famously have always thought League's Cup is such a valid and useful tournament.
Oh, yeah.
I never said just lose the first game and take a month off in the summer and get rested up for the thing we really care about, which is MLS Cup. No, now we have a final. I have 180'd on this so hard, I'm ready to go for Sunday. Win the whole damn thing. And the rematch from MLS Cup is happening. LAFC is coming out here.
Unbelievable.
So you're going to have that again.
Same venue.
Same venue, same teams.
Same result.
I hope so. 2-1 was good.
How about Rossi right now?
Diego Rossi, 6 goals in 3 games in League's Cup.
He had the first 2 last night. All 3 of those goals were bangers too.
They were just
they were all nifty, hardworking goals, but they were good highlight goals, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
all 3 of them.
Cucho Hernandez got a goal as well, but the way that those two play off each other with Christian Ramirez had a beautiful pass to Diego Rossi. Who
had the ball to Cucho for the third one? Because that was nice, too. Cucho came in and got the header on it, and then he had to follow his shot, stuff it in because it got partially blocked down.
I'm trying to remember if that was Farsi.
I think it might have been Farsi.
Yeah. But in either case, a great effort by them yet again. Sunday, hopefully, another trophy chance is existing. There have been 3 finals that involved MLS teams that they were eligible for. You had the MLS Cup, CONCACAF Champions Cup, and now League's Cup in the last 8 months. All of them have involved the Columbus Crew.
And aren't they back in automatically now into the CONCACAF Champions Cup because of this performance?
Yeah. So Pachuca, watch your ass. And if you come
bring them here.
If you come here, I got some restaurant recommendations. We're gonna get you all hooked up. Big Ten coach who doesn't coach for Michigan is in some trouble with the NCAA. We'll talk about that next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of westbound 670 after Leonard Avenue. And we've got some slower traffic on eastbound 70 on the west side between Mound Street and 315. This report is sponsored by Medical Mutual. Ohio seniors, are you looking for better Medicare benefits? Visit medmutual.com/review to schedule a free Medicare plan review with Medical Mutual, Ohio's hometown Medicare insurer. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
0% up to 48 months on 2024 and 25 new Lindsay Hondas.
That's zero, zip, zilch, nada.
This August, Lindsay has unbelievable savings by offering 0% up to 4 years on every Honda on the lot. Lindsay has over 500 vehicles.
If we don't have it, it doesn't exist.
Plus, talk to us about electric options with up to $97.27 in combined savings with dealer and federal tax credits.
LindsayHonda.com or I-70 in Bryce Road.
With approved credit on select in-stock 24-25 Honda models. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger Pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Wendy's new Saucy Nugs come in 7 saucy flavors. Yep, you can literally hear your taste buds going. Taste bud sounds may vary. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone here from my friends at Valley Ford of Columbus. Do you have a classic or custom truck or car? Well, good news. You can show it off at Cars and Coffee at Valley Ford of Columbus. There's no entry fee. Just drive in this Saturday. Cars and Coffee starts at 10 a.m. only at Valley Ford of Columbus. This Saturday is the annual F-150 gathering, so bring yours, custom, classic, or stock, and come hang out with other truck and car fans. Food, fun, and fast trucks and cars. It's open to all at the Valley Ford of Columbus Cars and Coffee this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal, and a law enforcement officer can tell if you're driving high. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Looking at sunshine all afternoon. Those temperatures will make their way up to around 80 for our high today. Clear skies tonight. Temperature falling into the mid-50s. We'll be back up into the mid-80s for Friday as more sunshine dominates the forecast. Temperatures will return toward the 90s. For the weekend, as a little bit more humidity arrives. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
No Desmond Howard death wishes since 2012. This is Man and Bone.
Man and Bone brought to you by the Hinderer Motor Company right here on The Fan. Timmy Hall is in today. We are going to go talk to Adam Rittenberg around the Big Ten coming up at 3:34, we think. And Degenerate T-Bone coming up at 4:48.
Do we think we're doing Degenerate T-Bone?
No, that's
Is
happening.
that an up in the air kind of thing?
Sadly, that is officially happening.
So I'm you and you're man, but you're still you for Degenerate T-Bone, because I could be Degenerate Timmy. I could help.
We'll have Degenerate Timmy going on too, but not just Degenerate Timmy. Timmy's going to tell you about some other stuff you need to know about too, right?
Yeah, well, you know me and man, we love our guys at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm here to tell you about their low testosterone program that can really get you revved up. It's football season, right? We need to make sure that we are crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's so that we are at peak optimal performance levels to watch as much football and feel as good as we can feel all the time. Because low T, it can cause a lot of problems. You can have a low sex drive. I mean, you got to watch the game and then go straight to that room and, pretend to be a jackrabbit afterwards because football gets you in the mood for that. You have to have that. You can't have bad sleep patterns because there's too much stuff to watch. You can't have unproductive workouts because you want to feel as strong and as bulked up as your favorite players out there because you get, depressed watching how good they look and how bad I look. Decreased energy, brain fog, more. So go see Tri-State Men's Health. They are true and honest experts in treating low testosterone. They will get you in the right program for you. So go to tristatemenshealth.com, take the quiz. They have wonderful locations in Ohio, 2 in Central Ohio, the one in Hilliard right off of 270 and Cemetery Road. It's a beauty of a spot. It's like a clubhouse in there. You won't want to leave. So check them out. Tell them Timmy Hall sent you.
Hashtag 6 to midnight. Timmy's first air shift he ever did on the air.
6
to midnight.
To midnight.
Sure enough.
What happened?
I don't know either. So Kirk Ferentz doesn't know what happened. I'm sure he's going to claim. He got busted today today. They announced the punishment today.
Yeah.
For recruiting violation in the transfer portal of Cade McNamara, who is supposedly going to be their quarterback this year, although there's now
coming off injury.
Little battle between him and Northwestern transfer Brennan Sullivan, but he was named the starter before camp, yet they're both splitting reps, so it makes sense of that.
I saw do you have ESPN or CBS Sports or one of the alert apps on your phone
to,
ping you with stuff? Yeah. And so I saw something about Kirk Ferentz, and then it was just like a ... But if it goes to the level of giving you a breaking news alert, and it's about a current Big Ten coach and a guy that's been around a long, long time, one of the longest tenured dudes. I thought it was going to be I just want to say I'm disappointed by the news. To just see a 1-game suspension for Kirk Ferentz, Iowa's football coach, and that's
you thought he was
pinging my phone with a breaking news alert.
The hammer dropped.
I wanted the hammer. I wanted gone or 8 games.
Wow.
1-game suspension. I was disappointed to open it up and read.
Well,
so this isn't worth my time.
I mean, I think the move for Kirk Ferentz, so they're saying what happened was he contacted, or someone from Iowa contacted Cade McNamara while he was still at Michigan. I did see an article from mlive.com where they said it was not Michigan who apparently reported this violation. Well, who else would have reported it, right? I mean, maybe another school was sad that they didn't get Cade McNamara. In either case, that is the concern, I guess, that caused this investigation. They said something happened, so he got a 1-game suspension. Best thing I think he could do is to say this never happened, deny it all.
Yes.
Take it all the way to the Hamptons, and then when they eventually come back a year later and give you a 4-year show cause, just jet to the NFL. I mean, it worked for Jim Harbaugh.
Only problem,
why not do it there?
Only problem is for Kirk is no one wants him there.
That's true.
Or he could just go right into retirement.
Well, it depends on who
it's
you believe.
about that time, right?
Yeah. There's always those people who say, like, well, you never know, Kirk Ferentz. It's like, what decade are you living in? Yeah, 20 years ago, that might have been a thing.
5 more years, Kirk's still doing this?
I don't know why he's doing it now. Like,
so I say no.
He's basically been told by their AD, stop hiring your family and friends to run this program. You actually have to have competent people running your offense. So I don't know, man. The amount of money he's made, I don't know why he wants to keep doing it, but apparently he just loves coaching ball, man.
He does, and he's revered in Iowa. It's one of those insulated places. I mean, how far do you have to drive to get to a professional sports venue?
Oh, yeah. And I'm trying to think, probably closest place would be somewhere near Chicago, depending on where you are.
Yeah, depending on,
Chicago,
you're on Iowa City, Kansas City. You probably have Kansas City fans there,
yeah.
Chiefs and Royals, maybe some Chicago sports fans.
I know Iowa's always been like a big Cubs area. They're like a protected.
You got the Iowa Cubs, don't you?
Yeah,
Isn't that one of their minor league teams there? They just carry the Chicago Cubs name. But
I think you're right.
It's one of those things where this is the type of program that intrigues me with a 12-team playoff. A team like Iowa that their spikes, they can hit that 10 to 11 win mark every once in a while. And in this stage of college football, that could be enough to sneak in a good year. If they have a great defense and if they could actually throw the football a little bit, Maybe. But I'm not saying they're a fringe top 25 team. I'm just saying that's the type of program that I look at that has me intrigued going to the 12-team model, and they want to up it even more after we do 12 teams, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think we got to pause at 12, right?
I hope so, but they're already talking about doing it this 1 year and then going to a 14-team model.
Right.
Which is ridiculous. It's so fast.
Also, are we all under any delusions that the transfer portal, this thing with I'm not trying to defend Kirk Ferentz in any way, but are we under delusions that the way it works now in the transfer portal is that guys go, I see the transfer portal is opened. Give me my phone, assistant. I would like to call someone who can come here and play ball. Like, no, they've got boosters and they've got people who are connected to the university who make lots of money and donate lots of money. And those people know how to talk quietly behind the scenes to the people at other schools or to agents about different things and find out things they need to find out and pass messages they need to find out. And I'm quite sure that an agent knows how to get a hold of people. Everyone has them these days. So, yeah, is it happening like on a level where it's so easy to get caught? Maybe not. But the idea that if you went through every program, you wouldn't find at least a few of these conversations, I mean, I think that would happen at every school that's trying to win a national championship.
I agree, because you have graphic season, right, that comes out, and it's actually before the portal opens. We have everyone, a lot of the big transfer targets, they make a big deal about announcing that they're going into the portal before the portal's even open, and it could be a week or a week and a half. Before the portal's even open.
Well, but the thought...
So then is when contact, you would think, would start to happen through back channels. And how are you going to really find that unless someone tips you off, someone who's been spurned, or you have a reason to go and investigate something? But that's where it becomes like a professional sports league with tampering, and you can be docked things. And that's why you need a set of rules for everyone that's the same.
Yeah, but here's the challenge, right? So in the NFL, you have tampering right now. Even though we have 32 teams, all the owners are on board. They have a commissioner with a very strong legislative and judicial arm that can basically come down and say, here's the rules, and if you break them, we're going to fine you and punish you, all of that. And yet, every year at 12:01 on free agency or, days where you can start doing that, all these announcements get made. NBA has the same problem, right? These are leagues with 30 to 32 teams, 28 teams. College football has 120-plus teams. College basketball has over 330. Like, there's no one governing body, I'm sorry, the NCAA is not it, that can actively rein in all of this.
You can't look at that many things.
Yeah, there's no way. But even then, there's just no incentive for anyone to... So this is the punishment? A game suspension?
A game? Yeah, and Iowa's punishing him, right? Not the NCAA?
Yeah,
Iowa
to probably avoid further NCAA punishment.
It's probably not enough, and there's going to come down with more, right?
All I'm saying is I don't think there's a way you could definitely... Because in the NFL and NBA, this happens anyway. Teams get popped for it all the time, and for every one that gets popped, I'm sure 10 of them don't.
Yeah,
so if that's happening in a league where there's that strong of a commissioner's office and only 30 teams you have to monitor and all that, I don't know how in the world you think it's not happening in college sports constantly. So it's a very odd thing. We'll talk to our guy Adam Rittenberg about that and other things coming up next. It's Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is a little slow on eastbound 70 downtown between the 71 West Split and Livingston Avenue. And things are also a little slow on eastbound 670 between Neal Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
You know that project you've been working on? Just chipping away at it, dreaming of the day you get to show it off? Then, when you're least expecting it, cancer. And finishing that project actually happens. I would know. I've been restoring this car for years, and today I'm giving it to my granddaughter. It's her 16th birthday and 2 years since my cancer diagnosis.
Mom, you finished it?
Happy birthday, boo-boo. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Meet animals from around the world as you explore the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Whether you're fascinated by the towering elephant or playful sea lions, we have it all at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Visit columbuszoo.org to plan your visit today.
When there's a United Dairy Farmers nearby, fan favorites are too. Score a set of 6 Cincinnati Reds player cups for $19.99. Ellie, Green, India, Steer, Diaz, and McLean cups only at UDF while supplies last.
Driving plays a big part in driving the local economy. It helps us all get where we're going and creates good jobs close to home. At Synovus Energy, our refineries in Toledo and Lima are a reliable domestic source of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. Plus, more than 2,300 employees and contractors work for us here in Ohio. See how we're helping local communities move forward at Synovus.com.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we're at the OSU Golf Club to talk next month's Nationwide Children's Championship, plus SI's Bob Herrig from the playoffs at Castle Pines.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick, presented by X Golf. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Right now at the Ram, make this the summer event. Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $549 a month for 42 months with $3,640 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by September 3rd, 2024.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You've heard their name on the radio, you've seen them on TV, and possibly have heard about them from a family member or friend. One question always arises: what makes Newman Roofing different from the thousands of other roofing companies out there? Well, the answer is simple. It's a company built around family. With 3 generations of family in the roofing industry, the Newman family has built a reputation on honesty, transparency, and consistency. Family members holding key positions from the office sales to production teams, they strive every day to ensure each customer receives excellent experience and a quality product. And I should know they did my roof and their family did a great job. The Newman family drive to take care of their customers radiates throughout their team. Each team member takes pride in the work that they do. As the Newmans say, when your name is on it, it just means more. If you're in need of a roof repair or replacement, call the company that is built around family. Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man and T-Bone present Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg.
Sponsored by Able Roof. Call Able for the proof. 444-ROOF.
Well, every week we talk to our guy, covers the Big Ten, covers college football from ESPN, Adam Rittenberg, joining us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Adam, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing awesome. So tell me a little bit more about this Iowa situation. Kirk Ferentz is suspended for a game. The opinion here is that this probably goes on, tampering or whatever you want to call it, contacting players before the portal opens. In your experience, not speaking necessarily to the Iowa situation, but in general, is that something that's going on 50% of the time, 80% of the time, or 0% of the time? What do you think?
Well, it's going on. It just depends on who it's going on with. I mean, this was a violation because there was a communication with the player and his family prior to that player entering the portal. We obviously know that there's these intermediaries, agents and others who can, pass along information to players before they actually formally enter the portal. And that obviously happens at a really high level. And so, was this just sloppy on Iowa's part? Or did they just get caught when many others could get caught and haven't? I mean, it's a little bit humorous in the sense that Iowa is not an active transfer portal team, and the one time they go in, it leads to a level 2 violation. And Cade McNamara certainly hasn't been the difference maker that they were hoping for yet. It could still happen for them, but it's it's definitely something that happens more than is caught or than is punished.
Adam, we were just talking about Kirk Ferentz just in his tenure there. How much longer do you think he keeps going?
I talked to Kirk about this at Big Ten Media Days. This is shortly before his 69th birthday, and he still looks good and feels good and really enjoys what he does, especially the interactions with the players. And so I think as long as that's the case, he's going to be wanting to continue as a football coach, and his health and desire is still very much present. And if that continues, then I think he's going to continue to do this. But he's obviously pushing 70 and longest tenured coach in the country, and it's going to be a year-to-year type thing. And certainly some of the things that have happened the last few years would maybe push him towards retirement, but he is still going strong as of now.
Around the Big Ten with our guy Adam Rittenberg on the Brian Heating Cooling System fan guest hotline. I saw that Nebraska has named their touted true freshman, a guy all the Buckeye fans are very familiar with as far as the name goes. Dylan Raiola gets the starting quarterback nod for the season opener against UTEP coming up next week. I mean, he's a highly touted recruit. He is a true freshman. Is that I don't want to frame it as desperation necessarily on Matt Rule's part, but clearly they want to make sure that if he's the guy, they want him to get all the reps as early as possible and show what he can do and maybe help kind of turn around what they've been doing there, right?
Yeah, I think that's a very fair read on it. And I think you want to start the clock on a guy who obviously has tremendous potential and a higher ceiling than you've had at the quarterback position for a while. If someone else had beat Harburg had beat him out definitively in preseason camp, and you would be trying to trick the locker room by starting Dylan Raiola, then maybe you wouldn't do it. But if all things are relatively similar, I think this makes a lot of sense because Dylan Raiola is the difference maker. He's the one that can maybe get Nebraska back to respectability, and there was justified hype around his decision to switch his commitment from Georgia to Nebraska. So I think this makes a lot of sense, especially in a season that doesn't have that playoff or bust type pressure. Why not get him started? Why not let him make some mistakes early in the season, figure out how to play at this level, and the long-term benefits are obviously off the charts.
It is Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg. He's on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We just hit on a couple of these types of teams, but if we agree it's Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, and Michigan, that's the creme de la creme of this year's Big Ten, at least going in. Who are maybe another couple of those teams that you're just intrigued by for 2024?
Yeah, so I was just on campus with one of them earlier this week, and it's Wisconsin, a team that certainly did not perform to expectations last year or what they had been doing Luke Fickell's first season. Now year two, they feel like, they have a much better understanding of sort of what to expect from Fickell and his staff. They have more depth in certain places, whether it's linebacker or receiver, running back should be a deeper group. But, they have a really tough schedule and a lot of big games at home, and they're going to have to start making Camp Randall Stadium more of an advantage. Iowa, a team that we just talked about, has been elite on defense and should continue to be elite on defense. Offense is still a major question mark, especially with some of the reports coming out of camp with, Cade McNamara struggling and, quarterback competition when we all thought there wouldn't be one going into the season. So, but we know if Iowa can be at least mediocre on offense, they're a really tough team to beat that wins a lot of games. And then I would say USC, and USC is kind of the opposite. We know that they're going to put up points. I'm not worried about Miller Moss stepping in for Caleb Williams, but are they going to stop anyone? And are they going to be able to match up at the line of scrimmage in this conference after really emphasizing weight gain and bulking up for the Big Ten, especially on the defensive line? So interested to see how that defense performs. And like Wisconsin, guys, they have a very difficult schedule. The Big Ten schedule as it stands, plus LSU to open the season in Las Vegas, and then obviously Notre Dame at the end of the season. So one of the most difficult overall schedules in college football this year.
Yeah, on the Wisconsin front, I was wondering about that with Luke Fickell. Obviously, he just took that job last year. It's not going to be something where he gets run out of town anytime soon. But what is the the belief there in Madison? Are they a fan base and kind of a university that expects like it may take 4 or 5 years for us to get to the peak of what Wisconsin football could be? Or do they expect something a little quicker in the age of name, image, and likeness? I get the vibe they're a little more patient, but is that a bad read on my part?
Well, no, they're more patient, but let's keep in mind why Luke Fickell was hired. I mean, Paul Chryst was winning 9 or 10 games a year. So Luke Fickell was hired for one purpose, and that was to make the college football playoff and elevate this program. And he's done some things that are very, very different. I mean, even talking with him and watching them practice on Tuesday, they have a lot of transfers out there. They're running this air raid offense that I'll tell you guys, I can't find a coach in the Big Ten who, people I trust, not people who hate Wisconsin, who think that system's going to work. And Phil Longo, their offensive coordinator, talking with him, he's still very determined, and he said this is going to work. It has everywhere I've been. People make a big deal about the weather, but we just associate Wisconsin with a very different brand of football. And so I think this is an important year, maybe not to win the conference or get into the college football playoff, but to show a little bit more tangible progress, because they weren't a very disciplined team. They weren't a very consistent team last year. And I think you need to start to see some of those elements show up, especially in the big games. They've got Alabama, they've got Oregon, they've got USC all coming in to Penn State all coming into Camp Randall Stadium. They have to go out to USC. So they'd have a lot of big game opportunities to show that, this is a different season. And I think that's going to be important. And then I would say by year 3, year 4, if he's not making the playoff or challenging for the playoff, why was he hired? I mean, they were not in a weakened position with Paul Chryst. They were winning enough, but they wanted to win more. And I think Luke Fickell's got to start delivering probably by 2025.
There you go. Week 0, we have it this weekend, and then next week it's a full boat of games. Can't wait to talk about it with you next Thursday, Adam. We appreciate the time. Always appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
You bet, guys. Appreciate you both. Thanks.
There you go. Around the Big Ten with Adam Rittenberg on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Yeah, I'm curious with Fickell how he does out there with that weird offense. When I hear air raid offense, I'm like, man, that's a bit of a throwback.
Yeah, you're thinking that ain't Wisconsin football, right?
Nope.
And just the fact that you got Bama going up to Madison.
Yeah.
3rd game of the season for Wisconsin. Just hearing Rittenberg run down that schedule, those big games that Wisconsin has, even not catching Ohio State, it still looks pretty darn tough. Bama, USC on the road, Penn State, Iowa, and Oregon. And we'll see. I'm glad that Bama game is being played in Madison.
Yes.
And not at Lambeau or something like that.
It is good. I just wish they would do it in October. Or, in
a little bit later. Yeah,
I know.
You're right.
Like, they always have that week where they all play in
Give
the
them
SEC.
the cold.
They play that, like, oh, hey, we're playing Fordham or whoever. They're just random teams.
Ron Mercer is coming in. And then you got to hear Nick Saban with his gigantic Coke cup on his podium just doing, well, I don't know why you guys don't think that this is a game that we have to prepare for. And, I mean, we don't just roll the footballs out there and win a game by 55 points.
Timmy,
okay, Nick.
That's what we like to call now the good old days. Because back when he was banging, he did that. But now he's just going to be sitting there on the side. He's going to be sitting there on game day saying, I don't know why you all ain't taking this game seriously. Good luck with that, Nick.
Good, Nick.
We all know now that no one cares about that game. No one's watching it. Reds legend says goodbye. We'll talk about that next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch out for a slowdown due to an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 670 after 71. And you're going to hit some slower traffic on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99. And fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray-On Bed Liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half.
What? Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half. I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Most businesses have one tagline.
Not here, baby.
At Sunny Street Cafe, for whatever reason, we've got 7.
Yeah, we do.
And here's number 5.
Sunny Street Cafe. Tasty breakfast and lunch with fist bump friendly kind of service.
Now with 8 locations.
Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. The people who refuse to make trade-offs in life. Like Kelly, when her old car insurance got so expensive that she couldn't afford to drive anymore, do you think she started carrying her groceries for miles? No. But she did find Direct Auto's savings that allowed her to drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25%, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a quote today at directauto.com. Savings based on applied discounts and will vary. Terms apply. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here from Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, announcing our August special. Get a new Bryant air conditioner and furnace, and we'll install a humidifier for free. Carpenter and Bryant will do whatever it takes at carpentercolumbus.com.
Coming this Labor Day weekend, Bob's biggest challenge yet. It's time to dare to compare. It's got action. It's got suspense. It's got beeps and boops and dings and whomps and more savings than you'll believe on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. And best of all, you get to play too this Labor Day weekend. Now open in Reynoldsburg and coming soon to Polaris. See how much you can save this Labor Day weekend when you dare to compare at a Bob's near you.
If you're obsessed with fantasy sports and gambling things, we have the slightly above average radio show for you. On the Money with Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Sunday morning at 9 on The Fan.
Welcome to the plus side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party. Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further. Become a member today and experience peace of mind on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply.
More and more people are falling into problem gambling. Mary Haven's experts offer comprehensive care. You and your loved ones can count on mental, emotional, and financial guidance.
Confidential and judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you are looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle without breaking the bank, Valley Ford of Columbus has great end-of-month deals on certified pre-owned Ford Blue Advantage cars, trucks, and SUVs waiting for you. I bought a pre-owned vehicle at Valley Ford, and you should too. The better deal is at Valley.
That's the sound of a Mountain Dew. And that's you enjoying its refreshing citrus kick. That's a cool breeze suddenly whistling through your hair.
Whoa!
That's you realizing you're now on a mountain.
This is epic!
That's you stating the obvious. That's you stepping up to the plate. That's you winning your kickball game.
Yeah, let's go!
That's you taking another sip of your Do the Do.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here for my friends at Affinity Whole Health. Affinity is the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy, but they are also much more than that. They help men and women who are experiencing things like low energy, low libido, muscle loss, and weight gain. Turn it all around. You can feel amazing and live better just like I can. It can be delivered right to your door, which is tremendous. Semaglutide for weight loss and testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for so much more. I've been a customer for years and it works. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
We did the math. Common Man has hosted over 5,000 shows on The Fan. 3 of them have been halfway decent. Here's Man and Bone.
Well, everybody knows this ain't one of them. It's not eligible. Not allowed to be. Common Man's not here. Panama Ted's not here. It has to be all 3 of the, regular hosts. Though, Timmy, you are a regular host of this show. Especially with how much vacation time we take. You're pretty much a regular host. You've been here more the last 2 weeks than either Mike or I have, so there you go.
that is true. Yeah. It's about to end, though. It's about to end.
That's
Tomorrow, it's the last day, and then we got a Buckeye football game week next Monday.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm very excited about the fact that we're getting back to talking Ohio State football. NFL's right around the corner. All of that, of course. We're looking forward to it. And for football season, we're all excited about it. Part of that is because we know we can go to our favorite spot. Mike and I, the only place we go to place our sports bets is Hollywood Casino Columbus, the sports book there. It is beautiful. 12,000 square feet of gaming action, plus tons of TVs, all the gambling space you could want, kiosks available if you don't want to talk to someone, a window of friendly people who will take your wager, explain what the lines are, all that stuff, give you updated sheets, whatever you need. It's all there at Hollywood Casino Sportsbook there at Hollywood Casino Columbus, plus great food and drink. And occasionally, us. We'll be out there. Mike and I are going to do a few shows out there coming up this fall.
Yeah, 4 of them.
Yeah.
4 shows.
And then also, on Saturdays for away games, there's a watch party there. We got all kinds of stuff going. You just never know when the fan's going to be out there. But you want to be there even if we're not. You got to go to Hollywood Casino Columbus. Check it out right now. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. A guy that is beloved by Reds fans, and I think most Major League Baseball fans love this guy, have come to love this guy, have appreciated what he did. Joey Votto, longtime Cincinnati Reds first baseman, has announced his retirement. 6-time All-Star and 2010 MVP in the National League. He is 40 years old. He made that announcement. In the statement, he said, "I was myself in this sport. I was able to be my best self. I played this sport with every last ounce of my body, heart, and mind. Thank you for everything." He was a free agent last fall at the end of the 12-year, $251 million contract he signed with the Reds. One of the few times I think we can say the Reds,
when they spent,
did the right thing.
Yeah, they did the right thing. They spent, and it worked.
Yeah.
The player was awesome.
Yeah. Do you know, and I wouldn't have remembered this, the place that he went where he was drafted out of was Richview Collegiate Institute, which is in Toronto. Of course, he's from Toronto.
I knew he was Canadian. I know I've always known he's been one of the better Canadian Major League Baseball players.
Yeah. So I think, I don't think this is a discussion that Reds fans are necessarily going to shy away from. I think they're all going to defend him for the most part, and I can't blame you. I think we got to have the talk about, is Joey Votto a Hall of Famer at some point? Maybe now's not that time. Maybe it's just, let's appreciate him for what he was. Let's appreciate the greatness that he had. But this is a guy who had 2,135 hits. He had 356 home runs. His career batting average, 294, is pretty awesome.
That's really awesome.
409 on-base percentage in 2,056 games. Led the NL on-base percentage 7 times, Gold Glove winner. I feel like you have to be able to say this guy was the best at his position at some point in his career to be a Hall of Famer too. And obviously if you win MVP, that matters.
Yeah, having an MVP on your ledger, that does something. That really does. I think it's going to be pretty darn close when it gets to Joey Votto. And I'm actually surprised with how good, because he had that heyday back from around 09 to 13, right?
Yeah.
Where he was hitting 300 and well above 300 in some of those seasons. Back to back to back to back to back. And then he had 3 more years in a row where he hit 300 or above in 15, 16, and 17. So these are numbers. We just don't see batting averages like that much in this game. And it's continually gotten worse as we gotten here to the current year in 2024, where you see, team batting averages of some of the better hitting teams hovering around 245, 250, right?
Sure.
But he was such an incredible hitter. I'm surprised to see that he was almost 900 hits away from hitting the great milestone, the mark of a true Hall of Famer. 3,000 hits, it's a done deal,
Yeah, but he was well far from that. He was not even close, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's surprising to me.
Well, that's what I mean.
As great of a player he was, being almost 40 years old, and he had some seasons that were cut short due to injury, but those didn't come until later. He didn't play a lot in 2014, but then he didn't miss a chunk of games until 6 years later. So it doesn't matter, though. He was a great personality as well. He's got the funny stat, too, about, didn't he never hit a pop-out fly? Yeah. He just never popped out in the infield. Just didn't do it.
He had been playing for AAA Buffalo this year, like the last few games.
Right,
but when the Reds come to town, they played Toronto, obviously, this was the series they've been playing in, and they come to town. That's when he does the retirement, because obviously his old team is there. It's his hometown. All that's nice. But I saw he had a post where he said he got in an Uber and was going to the ballpark from, I guess, his hotel. And the guy said, "Are you a ball player?" And he goes, "Nope, not anymore." And it's just like, man, that's life comes at you fast, right?
Wow.
Like, that hits you. I'm sure that was probably one of the first times he had to say that, where it's like, I'm not a ball player anymore. That's
back
not what I do.
Back in the day, I was, when I was banging.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Toronto and Canada, I wanted to play in front of you. Sigh. I tried with all my heart to play for my people. I'm just not good anymore.
Well, man. You know, I appreciate that Joey Votto late in his career also had this great turn where he became on social media. We got to see the quirkiness and the humor that he apparently has had his whole career. We just never, he was a very, I would say a private guy, but he was just all about business. A lot of his career didn't seem like you saw a lot of that personality out on the field. Last few years, you have started to see it, and it was great. I'm glad we got to see that before he went.
You're right about that turn, and I really think that's something that is there. Like we've talked here, we talked a lot on Tuesday's show about some of the bigger name ball players that are heading into broadcasting, and what are we going to get? What do we expect from him? I expect that if he did anything, he seems to me like he would be such a great fit for regional broadcasts for the team, like what you have with Keith Hernandez and the Mets broadcasts, right? It's Gary Cohen, isn't it? Yeah. Isn't it with the Mets? If you found a way to work Joey Votto, and I think he's done some stuff already, right, Reds fans? So if you had him just either be a full-time or a part-time help in their TV broadcast, getting him in there would be a lot of fun. Really good stuff. He would do it. He'd be great.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer if he wants to do it.
Yeah.
Got to get him there. All right, we'll take a break, come back. One of the biggest stars in sports apparently hates children. Yeah, he's getting called out by a guy who's never done anything in his life. We'll talk about that next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch out for an accident that's on eastbound 70's off-ramp to eastbound 33 on the east side. And we have an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 670 after 71, causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating from $2.99 and fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray on bed liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loan to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Common Man and T-Bone here. Visit Hollywood Casino Columbus this summer for exciting live sports action. We got the biggest screens around, and ESPN Bet is live in Ohio.
Plus, Penn Play Rewards members can win up to $500 Penn Cash every week. Visit PennPlaySports.com/cover5 today and register for your chance to play and win.
Not a member? Get the Penn Play app today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is your live sports headquarters.
Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
We go to war for you. If your family's dealing with the unthinkable, we're here for you. At Sugar Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we know the law and we'll fight for your rights. I'm Robert Scherger, and we fight for justice in wrongful death cases. Call us at 877-WAR4U.com or visit WAR4U.com for a free consultation. That's 877-WAR4U, 877-WAR4U, or visit WAR4U.com. War for you, WAR4U.com.
Ah, the sounds of summer. Baseball, swimming, and the dreaded sound of a broken AC. No uh-ohs. Call the Waterworks Heating and Cooling Team for an AC tune-up. 614-333-9720. Or schedule service on our website. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better AC.
This is Paul Keels for Nature Stone Flooring, a unique blend of natural stone and their specially formulated epoxy expertly installed over existing concrete. Nature Stone is the only flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Family owned and operated since 1989, no other company or product can match the features, benefits, and unconditional warranty of an authentic Nature Stone floor. Visit naturestone.com today and schedule your cost estimate. Act now and save up to 50% off any Nature Stone floor. It's not just a floor, wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Cleveland Guardians suffered their second straight defeat, falling in New York to the Yankees today by a score of 6-0. Cincinnati Reds will begin a series in Pittsburgh with the Pirates tonight. Nick Lodolo pitching for the Reds. Paul Skeens for the Pirates. Columbus Clippers continue their homestand with Indianapolis tonight. Golf opening round of the BMW Championship in Castle Rock, Colorado. Keegan Bradley, the leader, at 5 under par. NFL preseason game tonight. Cincinnati Bengals at home with Indianapolis. Chicago is at Kansas City as well. Cleveland Browns, who finish their preseason tomorrow at Seattle today, traded kicker Cade York to Washington, and it's believed that quarterback Deshaun Watson, who was supposed to play for the Browns tomorrow, may miss the game because of arm soreness. This update brought to you by Nature Stone. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Does excessive amounts of Prozac make your sack droop down to your knees? Asking for a friend. My friend's name is Mike. Back to Droopy Sack and T-Bone.
No droopy sack today. Timmy Hall is here. I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked, but droopy sack usually refers to common man. That's more of a you thing.
They're also pretty big.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
Good to know. That's great.
The PP, no.
PP, no.
The
Sacky, yes. Sacky, yes. You know what? I'm going to guess that's a common thing for a lot of people, including
That's how
myself.
we get, right?
Yeah,
that's how we get. It's how it be.
It do be like that. Yes.
I agree with him. If we could just get rid of him.
Really?
Yeah, just don't need him.
See, I've never got him. He's the one who wants to be a Ken doll down there. And I don't mind having my giblets. I'd like to keep them for as long as they're able to be used.
The PP would be fine.
Oh,
but
you want
the Sacky just
I
gone.
thought he wants it all gone. I thought he wants to be all the way gone. All of that.
Well, but he wants to have like a button though that you can like then it's out. Like retractable.
Yeah, I've never heard him tell me that part.
So you can have it. You can have it done to where it's hot and it's uncomfortable. Boom! It could be completely smooth as butter. Nothing is there. It's gone.
I thought he
nothing's
wanted it all
jostling
just
around.
Okay.
And then you got like a button on the hip side, almost whatever. You get like an implant. Boom.
Are you making
ready
this
to
up?
go?
Because I've never heard him say that. All he ever tells me is like, I just want them all gone. Lop it all off. I don't need it.
No. I think he'd want it like T-Mobile Park, like retractable roof. Like that sort of thing.
Oh, it looks like rain today. Better put the roof up.
In the rare occurrence that he needs to use it. Well, I mean, for his own purposes, but for I
understand
the greater good.
For the greater good.
The rare occurrence.
The greater good. That's what no one's ever referred to it as for any of us.
No, it's for our own good and nobody else's.
That's exactly right. Degenerate T-Bone coming up later this hour. This story to me screams, maybe I'm wrong, but it screams guy who never got where he wanted to go in life. So he's decided to try to take it out on someone.
Uncle Rico?
Maybe has had a little more success than he did. South Shore Little League coach Bob Laterza. He and his team are playing Williamsport. The Little League Classic, Little League World Series is there. The Little League Classic is the major league game or the series of games they play at Williamsport in Pennsylvania. And then they have the Little League World Series. So it's a nice thing they do, right? The Yankees traveled there to play this game. This is all very nice.
It's kind of like how we do that special game at the Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Do a little something with some more fanfare, build it around something that means a lot to baseball or the sport in general.
It's a great idea. You play 162 of these things. It can get a little monotonous.
It can.
And you could have either a midsummer game where you're going to have all the luxury boxes behind home plate in Yankee Stadium completely empty, or you could go play in front of kids who actually care and are excited.
Absolutely.
I think it's a no-brainer. But here's the thing. So this team is from Staten Island, South Shore Little League team. Bob Laterza, the head coach, was very frustrated because he said that several Yankees, including manager Aaron Boone, Garrett Cole, Jason Dominguez, all came out and met with the team prior to their game against the Tigers in Williamsport, the Little League Classic.
Okay.
But he said Judge wasn't one of the guys who came out. Now, right there, I think let's just stop there. That's not how it works, Bob. They don't bring the whole team out to meet everybody, whether we like that or not, whether that's the way it should be. Major League ball players are part of the players union. I know how this works. I've seen this with other pro teams. The way this happens is every player's contract typically has a certain number of appearances that are built in. That's all negotiated by either their agent or with the Players Association. There is some limit of appearances that a player has to do contractually every year. And those appearances are governed by your contract, all these other things. So they don't typically ask the entire team to go out and meet in these situations. They usually ask 3 or 4 players. And if you get the manager and your ace pitcher to come out for that, that seems like a pretty good win.
This is ridiculous.
Well,
this is ridiculous just because Aaron Judge didn't do a mingle. You just said it right there. You got a pretty good deal here. Garrett Cole, I mean, come on. I'm sure the kids love that. And I don't know if anything would be guaranteed with this type of setup.
Yeah. So
nothing is guaranteed. You got to mingle with Major League Baseball players and coaches. That seems pretty awesome. And I'm sure most of the kids just appreciated that.
So this Bob Laterza, this coach for this Little League team, gets to meet Aaron Boone, gets to meet Garrett Cole. You get this is great. Your kids all get to have these moments. They take pictures. Yeah. It's all going great.
And this is how he chooses to respond.
Well, here's the thing. Then the game happens. The kids are sitting, I guess, low enough behind the dugout, wherever, that they could be heard by Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is in the on-deck circle getting ready to hit, and they're screaming his name. And he doesn't turn around and give a little tip of the cap or a little wave or anything. He just stays focused on the game, doesn't look back at them. So Bob Laterza then goes to the Staten Island Advance, which is apparently a paper there, and said, how about turning around and waving to New York and the kids that think you're a hero? They're the ones who pay your salary. All right. So the Yankees came out and said, Yankees came back out and said, hey, we appreciate that. We love this. We'd love to have your guys' support. We would love to have you at Yankee Stadium if you want, but our players are in the game. We can't ask them and expect them always to acknowledge every fan. Rightfully so, the Yankees stood for their guy. Don't get me wrong. If I was in this situation, if I'm an Aaron Judge, I'm trying to turn around, wave, acknowledge. I think that's what I would do. But I also am not a Major League ball player. I don't know what they're dealing with when they're up there focused, trying to think about stuff. They probably try to block out a lot of noise, right? Because they also hear things like, you suck, and I wish that you were not a baseball player, and you should never play baseball again, and all kinds of other horrible things that we wouldn't want to repeat on the air.
It's to each their own, right?
Yeah.
When you are, everything that you're saying, I think, is true, and everybody goes about it in different ways, right? You've seen how Bryson DeChambeau started to be a lot more interactive with the crowd, okay?
Yeah.
That's a choice that you can make, and I think I would be more that way. But again, I'm not going to go and criticize everybody who likes to be their kind of competitor. That might be the way that they've always done it. That's their process. They train themselves to do it that way because that's how they can have optimal focus when they go into the batter's box or whatever sport we're talking about. I mean, clearly you can tell going back to Bryson, because this is a dude that went to live and was helping set the sport of golf on fire, so putting him in a bad light. And you've seen how that can bring you back into the good graces of everybody. It's just a natural thing. If you're the wave to the kids, handshake, high-fiving, you will just naturally be more revered. But all in all, everything that you hear about Aaron Judge is that he's a great dude.
Yeah.
That's enough for me. He's got a good smile. He does seem to interact with people from time to time. He's not like a total douchebag kind of guy or anything. Like, I mean, come on, Bob.
Well, the other part of this, I mean, I got to coach youth sports last year. My daughter played basketball. I coached little YMCA, rec league ball. Nothing big, but for them, it's huge, right? For the kids, it's their thing.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm a coach. You get Jake Diebler on here, like coach to coach. Let's wrap.
You, what size clipboard do you like to use? Oh, really? You go 18 by 11? That's wow, I don't know if you need all that.
You 3-man weaving? Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
No, what I was going to say is, though, as a coach of young kids, I have gotten invested in that game and in those practices. That meant a lot to me. I wanted everything to be good for them. So I do understand a youth sports coach saying, hey, man, why didn't you wave at my kids? Like, I understand that guy probably feeling a little bit like these kids mean the world to him and he just wants them to have the best experience. However, they did get to meet a bunch of players. They did get to see this game up close. And one of the things that didn't happen was one of the players didn't turn around and wave at them when they thought he should have. And to focus on that, that's bad coaching. Like, that's being the whole point of youth sports, to me, is to teach kids how to play the game right and how to try to live a decent, better life, right? You don't know what kind of influences they have at home. So you try to teach them things about, like, working hard, trying their best, keeping their chin up when life strikes you down. Those are the things we want kids to learn from youth sports. And yeah, if your kid's doing travel ball and playing all over the country because he's like elite, it might be a little different message. But for 95% of kids that are playing, the idea is to keep them enjoying the sport. Having a coach do that, where it's like, yeah, the Yankees had us out there. It was a lot of guff, except for Aaron Judge, kind of blew us off. What a jerk. It's like, you're teaching kids that
he's an old curmudgeon, too.
You're teaching
he looks like he's 70 years old. But
that's what you're telling these kids you should be doing. That's what you're telling these kids. That's how they should live. They should be cynical a-holes. And I just don't think that's the type of person who should be coaching youth sports. In my opinion, this dude should probably not be doing that.
And I'll tell you this, because the Little League World Series is usually the time where you get some of the best, wholesome, good content type of clips.
Of course.
Some of those tearjerker clips. Wasn't it just a couple years ago you had the kid that was getting a little wild on the mound? It happens, right? At that age, you lose control, and he beamed some kid, and he just was beside himself. Like, he was worried he couldn't go on. He was worried that he hurt the kid. And the kid, like, after he dusted himself off and went to first base, he, like, went to the mound and maybe gave him a hug or, like, gave him a 5 and, like, patted him on the back type of thing. I'm like, that's cool, you know?
No, you know what he should have done is run out there with a bat and beat him to death. That's what he should have done.
Charge the mound.
Bob Laturz is like, hey,
charge the mound.
Hey, go get him. Like,
you going to take that? Guy just threw inside. Guy just threw high and tight.
I can't. There are so many. I'm a cynical person. I didn't mean to become cynical, but I have over my years. I'm
Life
working on it.
beats you down.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is give 10, 12-year-old kids, you know what you should do? Think everything sucks.
Right.
You could have 90% go good in your day.
Yeah.
Focus on the 10% that didn't go your way.
Let that happen. Let that happen naturally for them when they live life and get a job and a mortgage and, you know, get into their relationships and they're 40 and they ask, what am I doing? What have I done?
Yeah. Because
let them do it that way.
Otherwise, if you don't let them just grow up like that naturally, they may end up being like a Bob Laturza. God, who wants that?
We just met Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, and Jason Dominguez. We're all Yankees fans, and we think the day sucked.
You're over the moon.
My God.
And this guy's like, yeah, but you know, you didn't meet Aaron Judge. He didn't wave at you. You should be mad about that.
Peyton Manning won't take a picture with me. He says I only like handshakes.
Yeah.
Well, then take a handshake and be happy about it.
Peyton Manning and be thrilled about it.
Remember it. Not everything has to live on your phone.
Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, that's just not the way I would do it, not the way I think most people would do it. And Bob Laturza, GTH, buddy. That's what I say.
That's a true story about Peyton, by the way.
Is it?
That's what he would do.
He doesn't do that? He doesn't do photos? Good for him.
That's what I'd heard.
That's nice.
No photos, but how about a handshake?
He also will do a huffy interview walking with Anthony Rothman at the memorial. He will walk around and breathing heavy. He will do that.
That's true. On the way up the hill after 9. Yeah.
He will.
Yeah, let's do it.
Some problems for the Browns. It's probably nothing, right? Hopefully. Details next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should be aware of an accident that's on the right shoulder of westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt at Sawmill Road. And we also have an accident that's on westbound 670's off-ramp to northbound 315. The right shoulder is blocked there. This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid?
At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
One thing about us parents, we think we know what's in, but we're usually way off. That's why I take my kids to Great Clips for back-to-school haircuts. From fresh fades to beachy waves, they can use the online lookbook to find the cuts they want at prices I can't resist. Plus, with convenient online check-in, we save tons of time, too. I may never know what's cool again, but hey, with back-to-school haircuts at Great Clips, I don't have to. Download the app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer. See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering choices with savings beyond low prices, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. More savings and more inspiring flavors make Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
During our Fresh Tyson Chicken Full Line Sale, mix and match select varieties and buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, we've got a boat for everyone. So come on down and find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
The delicious ice-cold taste of Dr. Pepper has a lasting effect on people. Lindsay from Sacramento said,
Pro tip, 40 degrees is the perfect temperature for an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
Why is 40 degrees the perfect temperature for Dr. Pepper? We brought in Sue from Duluth, Minnesota to tell us.
Oh, yeah, I know a thing or two about cold. Oh, that right there is the perfect kind of ice-cold for Dr. Pepper. I'd share that with my friend Nancy. She likes Dr. Pepper, too, you know. My coldest...
All right, that'll be all, Sue. Having a perfect temperature for your Dr. Pepper? It's a Pepper thing. Inspired by real fan posts.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here from my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus. Introducing their newest product, 614 Vodka, Ohio's house vodka. Perfect to make a drink at home or try when you're out at your favorite local restaurant. Learn more at 614vodka.com.
Have you lost Ohio Medicaid? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Whether you get pulled over or get into a crash, drinking and driving will change your whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A great evening across central Ohio. Temperatures mid to upper 70s, light winds and clear skies. Clear skies and cool temperatures by Friday morning down to the low to mid 50s. But after a cool start, a perfect finish on Friday. A great night for high school football. High temperatures Friday in the mid 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan. Ohio sports destination.
If Biggie Size was a radio show, this would be it. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
No Common Man today. Timmy Hall is here. Able Roof, they're there. They'll get the job done in one day. Able Roof, 24-hour turnaround time on most jobs, done in a day, good for a lifetime. #1 roofing company in Columbus, as voted by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. You can get that summer promotion still right now. No payments, no interest until 2026, and up to $1,000 off a new roof. That too. Whatever a roof is. I don't know if they'll give you $1,000 off of that. They will do it for a new roof, siding, and windows. Don't put off getting the new roof any longer is what I'm trying to say. Call Able Roof today. 614-444-ROOF. That's 614-444-ROOF. One day, Timmy. One day. It's all done. How about that?
One day roof?
One day roof.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's roofy go worky. That's what it is in one day.
Yeah. You can't get a lot done in a day anymore.
You really can't. But they can. That's great about Able Roof. So, saw this story about Deshaun Watson yesterday where he was limited is the wrong word. He was not throwing yesterday. They said due to general arm soreness. Kevin Stefanski said just wanted to give him a break, nothing serious. So, of course, panic sets in. Browns fans concerned, rightfully so. I'm one of them who's very concerned about Deshaun Watson being any good, let alone staying healthy. But apparently today, back in practice, participating, doing the thing. Did we get a decision yet on if he's playing this weekend? I don't think we have. I was just looking in the break. I did not see anything
I just saw the Cabbage just said 3 hours ago, Deshaun took his full complement of reps today in practice after resting a lot Wednesday. No decision yet on if he'll play Saturday versus the Seahawks.
All right. So these are things that I think could be concerning. They should be concerning. But ultimately, the reality is this. If he gets to play this Saturday or not, if he gets the reps that I think he needs or whatever the case, he has to go out and perform. He can have a perfect preseason and then go out there and be terrible this year. Or he could have a very limited preseason and still be good. So the signs are not all encouraging, but I'm not going to just be out here panicking just yet. It is the Browns, though, so maybe I should, because it always feels like the minute you think everything's kind of going in a good direction, something happens to screw it all up.
Yeah, we were talking about the win totals earlier this week, and theirs was what, at 8.5 for this year for Cleveland?
That's right.
And you have to feel good about hitting that, right?
Well, that's it, right?
You had quarterback issues last year, and that wasn't a problem.
Yeah. But now, well, then again, you were able to find a running game last year, too, with no Nick Chubb all season long. Mm-hmm. If you had said that before the season, you're going to have Joe Flacco and not Nick Chubb as your running game, and that's going to be your offense, I would not have any thoughts that they were going to make the playoffs, and yet they still got there. So
you
right.
do have a pretty veteran backup quarterback in Jameis Winston. That is a guy that has played a lot of football. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, please, hopefully Jameis Winston can be our quarterback of the future. It's not that. But if you're looking for quality backups, I feel pretty good about a guy like that. And just the rest of the team that you have built there, you feel like you've got a good roster. And so it's just you're looking at Cincinnati is the team that finished 9-8 last year and didn't make the playoffs out of this quartet. And they're at an 11.5 win total.
Yeah.
And I feel like the over could hit there. And that's putting a lot on them, but there just seems to be this thing about Joe Burrow being healthy for the preseason that could make them a team to worry about. And they've always sucked against the Browns.
I know.
I wonder when that's going to stop, in the regular season at least.
The reality going back to the Browns is if you get consistent quarterback play that stays healthy, whoever that is, Deshaun, Jameis Winston, I don't think is likely to happen, but if it does, if you get that and the running game is there, Kevin Stefanski's offense has shown it's good enough to help you stay in games. And the defense has been awesome, right? So they could easily surpass that 8.5 and make the playoffs, and all that's true. But that big if you get consistent quarterback play, I don't think that's a guarantee. I think the Flacco thing last year was, as we were all Flacco, my Cracko, that was shocking. That was not something that anybody expected, and I don't think you can say 2 years in a row if Deshaun Watson isn't good, you're suddenly just going to have another miracle come out of nowhere.
Flacco, my Cracko.
So maybe Jameis will make us all, don't try to rhyme that, I don't think Jameis is. I'm just saying, Jameis Winston's probably not the same guy as Joe Flacco was last year.
Don't try to rhyme that.
I just said, yeah.
Just eat that dub. That's all you got to do.
Whew. I was
right.
Sure
got one right there.
Early onions.
I didn't know where we were going. All right.
Yeah, you did.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, you did.
We're back, baby.
Hey, did you see you got rid of the lousy kicker?
Yeah, Cade York is gone.
Thank you. Trade him to the Commanders.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Hey, Browns got a 7th round conditional pick out of it.
Oh, man.
The Cade York saga, you'll remember maybe you will. They drafted him out of LSU in the 4th round in the 2022 draft. He did look pretty good that year, but then early in his career, he hit like a big game winner against
it was week
Carolina.
1, wasn't it? Yeah,
and everybody was riding high, and then went on to have a very middling rest of the year. They eventually had to move away from him last year, and they went out and got Dustin Hopkins, traded for him, veteran kicker, who did much better. Then they released York. He came back to the team in the offseason. They picked him up and now have traded him to your Commanders. So there you go.
Yeah, and Dustin Hopkins was with Washington for about 6 years from 15 to 21.
That's right.
Or something like that.
So I don't think that's the swap you were looking for, right?
I don't even know if I cannot even tell you what the kicking plan is with the Commanders. It's not on my radar right now.
You got a few weeks until that is going to come up and matter. And then when it does, you can complain about it just like every other good football fan does.
I don't even know. I would hope that Cade York was not brought in to be their guy. That's just, but they must be having kicking issues if they made this deal, right?
I guess
their guy must be struggling right now, and they need someone to really push him forward.
All right. We need to talk about something that's happening. And you can see this. I'm giving you a couple minutes heads up because we are going to go to commercial break in like 2 or 3 minutes. When we do, you need to go to the YouTube chat. If you're not already there, you need to go to our live stream. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan. If you're listening via podcast, you can go back and watch this on YouTube. The whole thing will be archived. You can go back and find it and go to about halfway through the show. Find a commercial break during the show, but you can go watch it live now. When we go to commercial on YouTube, there is a tower camera up on our main broadcast tower that's, 700-800 feet up in the air, however tall it is, way up there. Occasionally, we will see little bugs fly by. Of late,
we've had birds.
We have seen a bird occasionally here and there pop by, but what we have seen of late is a lot of either a wasp or a hornet flying around on this thing, and the YouTube chat is trying to figure out what's going on. I'm convinced they're building a nest. There's got to be some kind of nesting situation going on there with an infestation of hornets or wasps or something. So if you want to see that, if you want to do a little, study of insects, you can.
Would you like me to be the guy that goes up and takes care of the problem?
Timmy, I would love nothing more than to see you get the apparatus on and go up and do whatever you have to do.
Would you love to
700 feet up there. How are you going to get up there?
Wouldn't that be amazing? You could see me on that cam blowing in the wind, wearing a bee suit.
We did have people ask. There were people who asked us. They said, have you guys, either of you ever been up there in the YouTube chat?
Oh, no.
They have licenses for people who do that.
Yeah.
You have to be a specifically trained person. The guys who do that, guys and gals who are tower climbers, they live somewhere, but they go all over the country doing this stuff. When you need a light bulb changed, that's a job that they get paid a lot of money to do, and they make good money doing that because it's so scary and dangerous to climb up there.
But you're telling me it'd be a hell of a bit because
it would be a hell of a bit.
It would take a lot of prep to get to the bit.
Yeah. Oh, it would, Timmy. You did 3 years later, like I finally got all my training done. Now I can go out there and it's like we've
there's no bees anymore.
Yeah. There's no.
Well, I'm going to put some bees up there, and then I'm going to take them out.
There you go. Coming up next, Urban Meyer is apparently running for governor of the state. I'm guessing. I'll explain why next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident if you're on Bethel Road at Olentangy River Road, causing some delay there. And you're going to hit a 5-minute slowdown on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and Sawmill Road. This report is sponsored by Donato's Pizza. Every piece is important. It's time to square off against overpriced dinners with Donato's all-new bakery crust pizza. A square-cut, thicker bakery-style crust with Donato's fresh toppings. Now get 2 one-topping bakery crust pizzas for just $19.99. Order today. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
There's a place where mishaps don't mean missing out. Welcome to AAA's The Plus Side, where a AAA Plus membership means that an empty gas tank won't keep you from a full day, where a flat tire doesn't have to deflate your mood, where being locked out doesn't mean you'll be out of luck for long, and where a dead battery can't stop you from being the life of the party.
Looks like you're all set here. Have a good rest of the day.
Because on the plus side, roadside mishaps don't have to ruin your day. With AAA Plus, you're covered with the gold standard in roadside assistance, whenever and wherever you need it. Tire changes, battery swaps, and emergency fuel are just a tap, click, or call away. AAA gets to you faster, and if you need a tow, we'll take you further, anywhere within 100 miles. Become a AAA Plus member today and experience the peace of mind that comes when you live on the plus side. Towing is subject to a 7-day waiting period. Terms and conditions apply. Service is only available from AAA and CAA in North America.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
Morning Juice.
Who's the shepherd? Who are the sheep in this situation? Is Ryan the shepherd? Is Will the shepherd? Is Chip? Are the sheep the players? Maybe the sheep are the fans.
Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Affinity Whole Health.
Weekday mornings at 6. The Fan.
Hey, Buckeye fans, ready for the chance to win one of 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for 2 to the Oregon game, and exclusive access to the Ryan Day Coaches Show. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 winners. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, it's Bobby. When it comes to tackling a project as important as your roof, you want a company that cares about the product and experience they're going to deliver. At Newman Roofing, you're more than just a number. They believe in 100% customer satisfaction. And for your roofing needs, give them a call at 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Back to school time. Your kids probably have fancy friends. Isn't it about time you gave them a ride to be proud of? Actually, hell with the kids. Treat yourself to a new Lexus. Right now, it's the Golden Opportunity Sales Event with rates as low as 2.99% on ES, NX, and RX, as well as great lease payments. I've been a Jermaine customer for years, even before I started doing the commercials. If you're in the market, please stop in. Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. JermaineLexus.com.
Let's get something straight. I'm not here to convince you to use cannabis or to try cannabis. I'm here to tell you that since medical cannabis is legal in this state, Veriheal can help you get your medical cannabis card with no hassle if you qualify. Just go to Veriheal.com, meet with a state-licensed medical doctor online, and if approved, get your card. There's no fee if you don't qualify, so check it out today. Veriheal. Veriheal.com.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
The only thing scarier than Bone's analogies is man's browser history.
I'm sorry, man. I thought you want to see this.
This is Common Man and T-Bone.
Every day we do this show, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m., 3 in the P, as we like to say. If you miss any of the first 3 hours, any of all 3 hours, you can go to hell. We say that too. If you don't want to go to hell, if you just want to enjoy our show, wherever you find your podcast, just search Common Man and T-Bone. Right there, you can find our show. And then you can subscribe to it, follow it, like it, and then it'll show up in your inbox of your podcast player every single day. You'll never miss an episode. All of that, of course, brought to you free of charge. It's all brought to you by our friends at Care Heating and Cooling.
All right, Bone, something's going on.
What do you mean?
We're getting ripped now on the YouTube live chat.
Why?
Because you just went into that last break saying, stick around and go to the YouTube live feed to see these bees that are buzzing around the camera that's up on the tower. That's 700 feet up in the air. It kind of shows you a shot of the city during commercial breaks.
It's a wasp or something.
It's some kind of insect, right?
Yeah, right.
And then what happens? Bees don't show up. They were on a bathroom break, or they were flying around trying to get more bees for the hive, and not one bee crawled up in there. And so we're getting blitzed. And then Jen actually comes in here with some snark and says the cool thing about watching this live YouTube feed is you can rewind the feed and look at the last commercial break. So, Jen, yep.
There you go. She's right. You can go find it.
You could do that. But I will tell you, I was thinking about this. So I remembered an email thread that I was on a month back. These are the issues that you can have when you have two radio stations and then you have a third station for HD3. There's all sorts of things. You can get signal loss here and there.
Yeah.
And some of us here at the station have alerts that come right to you in email form. So all hours of the night, if we're ever off for like 15 seconds or longer, dead air, you'll get pinged. And of course, hierarchy, we care about all of it because you can't have dead air. But when it happens on the AM, you got to take a look at it and see what is happening. And so it goes through the chain, and Fish knows about it, I know about it, and then we're asking questions to the technical team. So guys like Greg and Jason Knapp are on it, and Fish is telling them, so we've had signal loss on AM, and it's causing us to miss maybe the tones that comes from a satellite receiver. When you're not having any live programming on, guys, you've got ESPN Columbus and the Fans HD2 that has ESPN shows on.
Yeah.
So those are coming from somewhere, and for our commercials to play, we have to get a little tone that beep, beep, beep comes to you, so it plays the commercial.
How's that sounding?
And we beep, 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 beep. Okay. And then we miss some of those, and we can't miss those. And we think that they're BSing. We think that they're just yanking our chain with this. And one of them, either Greg or Jason, suggested, it could be biological fade. And Fish just says, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Biological fade. And then one of them responds, bees in the feed horn. I kid you not. The exact phrase. I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what bees are. I don't know what a feed horn is. Foghorn, leghorn? Like, what are we talking about? This has to do with a radio signal? They could have said anything. Well, the Johnson rod's cracked up there. It's not going to work right. It's all ball bearings these days.
See,
you got to know.
It does feel like bees in the feed horn could be a Pearl Jam lyric. You know what I mean? Or at least the version of what people thought Eddie Vedder was saying when he was actually saying something else because they couldn't really understand it. Where it was like, feed horn. Is he saying bees in the feed horn? Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. I don't know. Just go with it. The song rocks. It's great. Boy. So there you go. Yeah, that's well, just keep an eye on it if you're on the YouTube chat, or if you've not checked out the stream, you can go there. And like Jen has said in the chat, you can rewind it and see where the wasps, bees, whatever they are flying around. I don't want to just say they're bees. I feel like bees would be smart enough not. Wasps strike me as being a-holes, where they're just like, there's nothing around. They're 800 feet up in the air. There's nothing around them. And they're like, yeah, this is good. Let's go here. As opposed to bees, who typically are like, why don't we be near like some of the flowers that we'd like to go
We're going to pollinate,
right?
Yeah, we're here to pollinate. Have a good time and pollinate. Make some honey. Yeah, I think hornets, bad. Wasps,
I'll tell you.
Bad, but not quite as bad. And then bees, third.
PR people for bees have done a great job. Because, I mean, bees now, it's like,
they get a good
if
rap.
you see a bee, you hug it. You love bees. Bees are great.
That's right.
See a wasp, you can burn it with fire. It doesn't matter. No one likes wasps. They're not pollinating. They're not doing anything, apparently.
But the carpenter bees.
No, those
bueno.
Carpenter bees didn't show up for the meeting when the bees were like, we're all going to get on this PR campaign, right? And Carpenter bees were like, everybody loves us.
No bueno.
They're need to go.
Trying to eat my house.
Yeah, we got to kill them.
You guys aren't invited. I'm getting my tennis racket.
Does your neighborhood have the jars on the mailbox You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I've seen.
Where you cut a little hole in a wood
try
block
to catch
and
them.
you screw a mason jar in there, and then you get a dead bee. You have to get a dead carpenter bee, put it in there, gives off pheromones or something.
Okay.
Other bees are like, ooh, there's sexy time in here. They go in, then they go, oh no, I can't get out, and there's a dead bee. This is gross, and then they die. More bees are attracted. That's how you get them.
About how many bees do you have to get in there to solve your problem?
I think you just
have to get all of them, or like
get one. My wife actually.
No, I mean but when where there's one carpenter bee, there's more.
Yeah.
This is bee talk now. As I just spit across the entire studio.
It's good. It's all right. I ducked. It was fine. I saw it coming.
Bone literally had to dodge. Yeah, you got to imagine there are bees in the studio,
Matrix
though.
right there. Neo.
But what I'm saying is, when there, I know.
Anyway, go ahead.
When there's one bee, there's going to be like 30 of them. So how many do you have to actually catch in that bottle for the rest of them to die off or not have their queen or go away?
I think you just leave it there all summer. And you just, as it fills up, you dump some out, then you put it back, and you keep a fresh dead one in there to keep bringing some more in.
Fresh dead
body. They know.
Like I keep in my basement.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
So I said Urban Meyer's running for governor. Maybe not, but if he did, I'm sure he'd win. Here's why. He told 10 TV, our guy Adam King, last month that he had, quote, never seen anything like Ohio State's roster. Now he is on a podcast that I think is hosted by him and fellow Fox analysts Mark Ingram and Rob Stone, where he said, this is the best, this might be the best collection of college football players on one team in the last decade. Quick math tells me the last decade would be up until basically the team he had that won the national championship. So good math by him to be like, yeah, this is as good as any team other than the one I had that won the national championship.
Yeah.
But he is not being subtle about the fact that he feels like this Ohio State team is one of the greatest teams on paper we've ever seen at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing for Ryan Day?
I don't know, because I thought the same thing, and we had these conversations when he gave that comment to Adam back then, and I don't think one's got to do with the other. I don't think he's trying to put any kind of undue pressure on Ryan Day.
Well, not on purpose. I don't think he is. I think he's just giving his opinion.
It just is what it is. You know, they picked up Caleb Downs from the SEC, and then right at the same time, they picked up Quinshon Judkins. And you throw him in a backfield that already had Travion Henderson, who, when healthy, we expect he can be one of the best running backs in the country. You got to go out and get a brand new shiny quarterback with lots of experience. I mean, there's a lot of reason to say that, to expect that. All the money that apparently was spent putting this roster together.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new day and age, so there would be reason to have a better roster than you've ever had before because you can buy it now. Legitimately,
all that money being in it is another factor of the pressure. Urban Meyer saying or not saying anything about this does not. I don't think it adds to the pressure of Ryan Day personally.
I know. I think there's plenty already.
He feels that on himself because he's a high-level football coach who cares about winning. And then he knows all the negotiations that had to happen to get all this money to get these players here. He knows the pressure, and he knows what's at stake. If they don't beat Michigan, that's probably it for him.
And I don't even care if there's going to be people when, let's just say you win the national championship, and there's a chorus of people out there that aren't Ohio State fans that want to do you should have won the national championship. You're the best team out there. I mean, who could compete with that? I don't care. Just go and win the games because you are in a system now where all these other big dogs, there's 8 to 10 other really big, powerful programs that have the capability to do what Ohio State's doing. You just have to be the best at it now.
Yeah.
So these things are opened up. Now it's your job to go and be the best at it.
I will say, I wonder how many people around the country hear Urban Meyer say that about Ohio State and go, yeah, that's unbiased. That's just objective opinion. Or if they think, oh, there's Urban Meyer pumping up his team. Like if Nick Saban if he does this every year where he's like.
Says it about Bama.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Kalen DeBoer's got one of the greatest rosters I've ever seen. Then we're all probably going to be a little skeptical of that,
you're
right?
You're going to shrug your shoulders a little bit.
I don't know how it's different here because obviously most people here are like, yes, he's 100% right. And he would never say that unless it was true. But it is. I'm sure he thinks it's true. But if Nick Saban thinks that's true about Alabama, we're gonna be skeptical of it, right?
There's certainly going to be a scotch of Ohio State bias because he just pays more attention to him. Yes,
he's a Buckeye fan. I mean, I believe him when he says he cares about the Buckeyes. I do think that. Degenerate T-Bone is next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 15-minute delay on westbound 670 from Leonard Avenue to 315. We've got another slowdown on southbound 71 on the north side between Cleveland Avenue and I-70. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 50 cents each at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. In-store only, offer ends 8/24, limit 10. Save big on back to school at Staples. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by The Waterworks. Trust the pros at The Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Visit thewaterworks.com today to get started.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Pella has forever been known for the best of windows, Wilson, but our doors just as game-changing.
Yep, same with us.
We've got traditional and modern options, but also some really innovative stuff, like big, bold colors or tuck-away sliding doors.
But do you have the give it a little kick to open it door?
Does that mean what I think it means?
Yeah, you got to give it a good little kick to open it.
Get the windows and doors that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted. PellaColumbus.com.
Most businesses have one tagline.
How boring is that?
Which is why at Sunny Street Cafe, we've got 7.
Yes, please.
Like our number 6.
Sunny Street Cafe, the fancy pancake place.
Amazing fancy.
Now with 8 locations.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Wake up. Breakfast. And Nature Made vitamins. Whatever your morning sounds like, Nature Made fits right in. Whether you're looking for vitamin C or a multivitamin to get key nutrients, we've got you covered. Now that's a good morning. We take care of you so you can take on your day. Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Do you love cars as much as I do? That might be impossible, but if you think you do, you need to get to Cars and Coffee at Valley Ford of Columbus this Saturday. It's the day to drive in your vehicle and show it off. There's no fee, so tell your friends too. Bring their cars out this Saturday, and it's a Ford F-150 celebration. See all the great trucks and cars this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Food and fun for you and the whole family. My guys and gals at Valley Ford of Columbus have Cars and Coffee this weekend. And as always, check out their selection online, valleyfordofcolumbus.com.
Remember the Cotton Bowl back in December? And how you wanted to die? The Buckeyes are back, baby, and hopefully much better than the Cotton Bowl. The most anticipated season in history is here. We're your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Direct auto insurance is for uncompromisers. Like Matt. When his old car insurance got so expensive, do you think he walked until his sneakers wore out? No, because he found savings with Direct Auto so he could drive instead of compromise. With savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, you too can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com or a store near you. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
And this summer with Zumbizi Bay, Central Ohio's largest water park. Take your last ride on Dolphin Dash before exciting new things come next season. Soak up the sunshine and dive into an unforgettable experience for the whole family. Zumbizi Bay offers nonstop fun for everyone. Enjoy $19.99 admission after 4 p.m. Get your tickets now and make your final splash at zumbizibay.com.
We're dealing at Reichert Nissan. Hundreds of Nissans in stock, on the ground, and priced to sell fast. Low lease payments on brand new Reichert Nissan Sentras, only $219 a month. Now we're really dealing. With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Visit the Reichert Mega Mall off 270 and 33 or shop thousands of new and certified used at ReichertNissan.com. We're dealing.
With approved credit. 2024 Sentra SV FWD 36-month lease with $3,000 due at signing. Offer ends 9/3/24.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal, is still within reach. Oh no, I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keep-making-plans to learn more.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Dumb is the only language these two are fluent in. You're listening to Man and Bone.
Timmy Hall is in today. Don't forget, we have got a lot of good action coming up for you this weekend because we've got plenty of college football coming for you next weekend, right, with the start of Ohio State season. But don't forget, tomorrow night is the start of high school football right here on The Fan. Did I say it the right way? High school. Is that how you like to say it, Timmy?
High school.
High school?
Because apparently for the longest time, I was separating the two words too much and saying high school.
Hello, school.
High school football.
Hello.
I didn't think I was saying it like that, but maybe I was.
A little bit, I think you were.
High school football. How's that?
Say it again.
High school football week 1. It's our high school football game of the week.
Timmy, I think that sounds perfectly normal. I don't know, though, because I wasn't the one criticizing you on that, was I? Maybe I was.
I think you did a little bit.
I think Mike was doing it more. Wasn't
I think it started with Anthony, and then other people picked up on it, and then people jumped on board and said, yeah, you are saying that
I
weird.
Definitely
and I said, what are you talking about? That's how I've always said it. But it's gonna be good. We've got Paul Barnes, Dane Sonsenbacher, and our guy Tyler Oliver. They're the crew for week 1. Pick Central, Harvest Prep, tomorrow night. Coverage at 6:30 right after the Buckeye show.
Love that. Right now, it's time to do a little Degenerate T-Bone, so let's hit it.
Common Man and T-Bones. Degenerate T-Bone.
Degenerate T-Bone.
T-Bone's picks for the weekend.
Sponsored by Ohio Health. Choose between virtual or in-person appointments at 200+ care sites, providing the finest care anywhere. ohiohealth.com/finest care.
All right, so we are going to start off with a little bit from me. Timmy's got some for you as well. This one, though, I'm going to give you a soccer parlay because we have got English Premier League back and going here. Brighton is hosting Manchester United. Now, Manchester United, nice win to start the season for them, but on the road against Brighton, Brighton's always a tough out. I feel like there's a very good chance of a draw in this game, which you can bet. Both teams are kind of, it's a close, like plus 120, plus 150 either way.
Sure.
On those two. So the option of the third pick, which is draw, you're always going to get better odds on a tie. That's plus 270. And I like it. I can see this one going like 1-1. I actually like a draw there. The other two games I'm going to show you, Tottenham versus Everton. Everton was bad last year. Everton's a team that used to be like top 10, top half of the league. They are now always fighting for relegation, like to stay away from relegation. They did not have a good start to their season.
That's not where you want to be living.
Tottenham, meanwhile, they lost to Leicester in their first game. Tottenham is supposed to be like a top 5 or 6 team. They had a bad first game. So I think they're going to be at home. They're playing Everton, who is bad. I think they win that. They're minus 240, so I like Tottenham there. And Crystal Palace versus not Everton. I have the wrong team here for them. I don't know what I have here, but you know what? Let's just throw out that Crystal Palace game because I apparently wrote down the wrong team for this one because I have them also playing Everton. Who do I have Crystal Palace play? Oh, I think they might be playing Leicester. Either way, I like Crystal Palace to get this one done. Let's just put those three together. The parlay I had for you was the Brighton Man U tie, Tottenham winning, Crystal Palace winning. Put those three together. It is $10. If that's right, $10 wins you $115. And I like those three odds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know why my screen just jumped off of what this was, but at least I wrote down the wrong team.
Well, how do you think the crew game is going to shake down on Sunday?
I got that for you too. Crystal Palace, by the way, playing West Ham. That's what I got wrong. West Ham took Aston Villa, played them tough this week, but West Ham ultimately got beat. I think they'll lose 2 in a row there to start off their season. Now, for the crew take on LAFC in Leagues Cup, I did find odds on that. Columbus is plus 120, which means they're technically the favorite because LAFC is plus 195.
Mm-hmm.
The draw is plus 245. That's technically in play because even though it's a final, they will go to extra time and penalty kicks. After 90 minutes, that's where the result. So if they go,
you still can bet draw.
You can bet draw if it's tied.
they can still hit.
Yeah. I'm going to say I'm not going to bet with my heart on this one because, quite honestly, the Crew are the better team. They should win. Plus 120, I would take that. I think the Crew get it done. I'm going to say they win by a similar scoreline as they won last night. I'm going to say 3-1.
Well, 3-1 victory? Oh, place is going to be rocking.
Feel good about that.
If that happens.
Now, what do you have, Timmy?
All right, so we've got week 0 for college football. Let's take a look at what some of these over-unders and point spreads are just to get you set for Saturday, August 24th. The big one at Aer Lingus, the College Football Classic.
They're in
Dublin.
They're in Ireland.
Yeah, that's a Viva Stadium. It's the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. Georgia Tech and Florida State. Florida State starts the year ranked 10th. That'll be at noon, and they're only a 10.5-point favorite. So I guess the travel's going to keep this a little bit closer. Bodeman, you know that Georgia Tech quarterback, Haynes King?
Yeah, he's a giver and a taker. He's going to score some touchdowns for Georgia Tech. He might score 1 or 2 for Florida State as well.
Okay, he's going to throw some picks.
In football is what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the name of the stadium again?
Aviva.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. And that's in Dublin.
That might be an athletic or an apparel company. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is in Dublin, Ireland. But Florida State minus 10.5 with an over-under of 55.5. I would go Florida State with that one and hit the over. Now, this is interesting that Montana State is the FCS school, 4 o'clock kick, on the road at New Mexico. But Montana State is almost a 2-touchdown favorite with an over-under of 54.5. So Montana football, just ask Bo Bishop, right? If it's football in Montana, Grizzlies or the Bobcats, it's going to be pretty good. I would roll the Bobcats right there. 8 o'clock SMU at Nevada. That one's in Reno. SMU is a 25-point favorite there. And just before midnight, Honolulu, the Rainbow Warriors hosting Delaware State. Hawaii minus 40 in that one. Maybe keep the Delaware State guys. They look like they're some kind of insect. I got to tell you what Delaware State is. They're the Hornets.
Are they really?
The Hornets.
I didn't know that.
Like we've got bees in our camera, but they're Hornets.
Could be Hornets. We don't know.
Take the Hornets to cover.
It's very blurry. The Delaware Honey. Is that how we say that? Not Chalet Honey.
Yes.
Delaware Honey?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep.
Put that on the t-shirt.
Delaware Honey.
All right. We come back. How much did Nick Saban hate one of his assistant coaches? I'll tell you next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some delay due to an accident that's blocking 2 right lanes if you're on westbound 270 on that north outer belt after 71. And we've got stop and go traffic that's causing a 10-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is brought to you by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. We're talking tickets, sideline passes, a trip for 2 to Oregon, and more. Register today and every day at roosterswings.com.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because when you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer. And sure, they're interested in a good deal. For them, not for you. Come to WeBuyAnyCar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. You get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price. So don't take chances with a trade-in. Go to WeBuyAnyCar.com for a free online valuation. Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
When there's a United Dairy Farmers nearby, made from scratch ice cream is too. Stop by while 2 dip cones are buy one, get one free. All flavors, including peach and cookies and cream. UDF ice cream, made for you.
Tire Discounters announces our latest breakthrough, TD Chat BS. This software allows us to detect untruths, deceptions, and even outright lies.
Let's listen in as we call a local car dealer.
Hi,
I drive your model of auto or truck. I need servicing.
Oh, that's great. You should always call the dealer for service to make sure your warranty stays intact.
Untruth.
Excuse me?
I can attend at Tire Discounters for all services, even for all manufacturers' scheduled maintenance. Warranty not affected.
But it's only us dealers who really know our own models.
Deception. Tire Discounters ASE technicians are certified experts for all makes and models.
Okay, maybe.
How many dollars do you charge me for? As few as Tire Discounters?
We are not that much more.
Outright lie. Ending call now. Bye.
No,
Adios.
but...
Aloha. Hasta la pasta.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Have you ever heard someone say that they just don't make or do things like they used to? While that may be true for many things, there is one company who strives to deliver the customer experience and quality product that we all reminisce about. And that company, well, it's Newman Roofing. You can read it time and time again in their reviews, how much they truly care about their customers and the roofs that they install. And I should know, they installed a roof for me and my family, and it was tremendous. Their sales team was fantastic, and the quality was phenomenal. They strive to leave the home as they found it. And some customers say they even leave it cleaner than it was before, and I can second that. Not only do they install a quality product that is going to protect your home and family for years to come, but they also walk away leaving you feeling confident that you hired the right company. Whether you need a roof repair or replaced, call the company that families have been trusting for 32 years, and that company is Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Keels. Cleveland Guardians dropped their second in a row. Shutout in New York this afternoon by the Yankees 6-0. Cincinnati Reds begin a series in Pittsburgh against the Pirates tonight. Reports that Seattle plans to dismiss manager Scott Service. Columbus Clippers continue their homestand with Indianapolis tonight at Huntington Park. NFL Cincinnati Bengals with their preseason finale tonight. They host the Indianapolis Colts. Also tonight, Chicago is at Kansas City. Cleveland Browns have finished the preseason at Seattle tomorrow, but reports that Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson may not play because of arm soreness. He was supposed to play. It would be his only preseason game. Golf opening round of the BMW Championship at Castle Rock, Colorado. Keegan Bradley, the leader. He's at 6 under par, 2 strokes ahead of the rest of the field. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Get started with a 20-pound summer slim down. Results fast, easy. Start your very first week. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Uncomfortably talking about food.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
This is Man and Bone.
Timmy Hall is in. Bodie Wells is in. Tommy Man is off. Panama Ted is off. That's why they're here. But we love having them here. We're glad they are. I'm T-Bone. I'm stupid. So, plenty to get to today.
That was just well said.
Well, you know. Hey.
I'm T-Bone. I'm stupid.
Just facts, Timmy. Just the facts.
Me too, buddy.
That's
so
all
you're
we're doing.
in good company.
Just
I'm
doing the facts.
Dressed like a Vancouver Grizzly.
I love it, though.
Boy.
Your outfit is nice today. I really like it.
Try not to wear the hat for every segment.
Bodie, is that a Notre Dame t-shirt you're wearing today?
It's the Four Horsemen, baby.
Hard to believe, but yeah,
incredible.
it is.
I've never seen him wear one of those.
Paul Hornan could have dressed in this locker.
I got to go now, Rock.
We're going to go inside him. We're going to go outside him. We're going to go inside him and outside him.
Oh, there we go.
That pilot's name was George Zip, Timmy.
You see, I came to South Bend right after my friend Pete died.
Now, I'm guessing you're quoting Free Willy. Is that the movie? Which movie are we doing here?
Free Willy's fantastic.
I love Free Willy.
Is it Michael Madsen in Free Willy?
Is it?
Yeah, one of Quentin's guys.
Yeah.
He's
I know
the dad, right?
About. I never.
He's got the raspy voice. He has the same voice in every movie. Never
the only
changes.
thing I've really done since the original watching of Free Willy is I've watched highlighted clips, but I've not gone back and watched the full thing. I do not remember who the dad is. We'll have to look that up.
Rudy or Free Willy.
I found out too. Bodie's he knows Miracle. The movie Miracle is that's your number.
You've been paying attention to the Buckeye Show for the last year or two. And it's great because we know that Bodie's movie lexicon is not great. It's because he's put all of his focus and energy into Miracle.
Bodie, how many times have you watched Miracle?
Actually, I haven't watched it that much. like start to finish.
He
but
lives it.
Yeah. I don't have to watch the movie, T-Bone. I lived it. Not really. I was not alive, but they just don't make movies like that anymore. Like Miracle.
Is this the team that you want to host the 5 o'clock hour?
That's right. Right. Yeah. This is,
family.
I'm glad to know that you have movies that you can quote like this because we established yesterday that you've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
Correct. Yep.
Although, and I told Anthony Rothman this in the hallway, and he looked like he was going to pass out when I mentioned this to him.
He did. You told him that he didn't see Dumb and Dumber?
I told him that he is not aware of Dumb and Dumber, or you're aware of it. You've not watched it. You've not watched it.
I'm familiar.
You've not watched it. But today, as we were walking, I was describing how Jim Carrey was saying one of these lines, and I was saying, and then he just making all these facial expressions. And
which line?
Well, as I'm doing it, Bodie says, "Oh yeah, like Fire Marshal Bill."
He did say that.
That's what it is, Fire Marshal Bill, right?
Let me just show you something.
From In Living Color, which is a great sketch
involving the 80s, right?
Involving Jim Carrey. The fact that you have that reference, but do not have Dumb and Dumber. Rothman looked like I could have knocked him over with a feather at that point.
I do have to give pretty big credit to one of my high school teachers, Mr. Mayberry. He was the goat of all teachers, in my opinion. I love Mr. Mayberry, but he taught me and some of my friends. He kind of like showed us that reference there.
Okay. Did you watch any more In Living Color after that, or?
I guess, to be honest with you, I didn't. Is that like a movie or a TV show? I thought it was. Okay.
Amazing.
I thought it was SNL.
Yeah. Yes, we're back, baby. It's just like that, though. It was just like that.
Okay, I thought it was SNL.
It's sketch comedy show. That's the name of the show in Living Color.
Unaware of that.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying I know you know SNL is a sketch comedy show.
Yeah.
In Living
Color. I see what you're saying. Though. Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was SNL.
That's fine.
You learned something over there.
This is good. I'm not trying to Bodie. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I think this is
fine. I don't.
Fantastic, because the fact you knew it, but now you get to find out about In Living Color. Jim Carrey was on a sketch show for years, and on In Living Color, they had a thing that Saturday Night Live did not have, which was the Fly Girls, where they had like dancers that would just come into breaks and do dances while music would play, and they'd be like, sponsored by so-and-so, and they just, these girls would be dancing. Am I wrong?
Jim Carrey on
I don't know
SNL?
about the Fly Girls. No, I think he tried to be on SNL, but didn't, and then he was on In Living Color instead.
Hang on.
I might be wrong, but we did have an SNL trivia. I don't know if you were running the show or if Ted was here that day. Jen gave us an SNL trivia last Tuesday for Trivia Tuesday, and I think that was one of the multiple choice answers for guys that tried out for SNL but didn't get it.
Oh, really?
I didn't know the Fly Girls with Living Color.
Well, there's a famous Fly Girl who's in the news again recently.
Really?
Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo was a Fly
J-Lo
Girl?
was a Fly Girl back in the day.
So they were like featured on the show. Did they have any kind of lines, or they just were dancing?
Here's how they were featured. It was like when you watch Saturday Night Live, there's a band back there every single week. Do you know most of their names? Probably not, but they're all there every week. The Fly Girls were that was their version of it. Instead of having a band.
Oh, like a house band.
They played music coming in and out of commercial breaks, and they would just do like a featured dance for 30 seconds as they got to like another sketch.
I do love how in late night talk shows, we had one guy that we would feature. Max Weinberg and the Max Weinberg 7. And then when Max was dead and he went back to just doing his thing with Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, it was Jimmy Vivino and the Jimmy Vivino 7.
That's right.
And then... who was it? Eubanks? Kevin Eubanks
with Jay
and
Leno.
the Tonight Show Band.
I tell you, Kevin Eubanks and I are going to fight Dennis Rodman and Kyle Malone in the WCW.
Jay.
And Paul Schaefer, obviously, with David Letterman.
Yeah,
was great.
God, Paul Schaefer. Man. But Bodie, I don't know. So you don't know the Fly Girls. Were you familiar with the girls jumping on trampolines?
I'm not, Timmy.
The Man Show.
That's a whole other show.
That's a whole other show.
That's how Jimmy Kimmel became like television famous. He was a K-Rock radio DJ out in L.A., and then he and Adam Carolla did the Man Show with Comedy Central.
What network was that on? Was that wasn't
Comedy Central?
That was Com Central?
Yeah, it was Comedy Central.
That makes sense. I was thinking, I don't know why Spike TV jumped up in there for a second.
Well, it seems like a Spike thing they would have done.
It does.
Yeah.
It seems Spike TV. Spike TV was Joe's versus Pros.
Oh,
I think was one of their
Pros versus Joe's? How did that go? Was
pros versus Joes or Joes versus pros?
I don't know.
I don't know, but they would get like Ray Lewis or somebody to just beat the ever-living crap out of some high school football player and then see if they could gain a first down.
And then he would do it on the show.
The white suit disappeared.
That's great. The boatman, he's not seen Dumb and Dumber. He's making Ray Lewis knife jokes.
Bodie,
at the same time.
There. Very great stuff.
Another Mr. Mayberry. He taught me that one as well. So shout out to Mr. Mayberry.
I like Mr. Mayberry. I don't know this man at all, but I like him a lot. This is great. All right. So who is the former assistant? I teased this like a million years ago. I guess we should get to it.
It's okay. It's all right.
Nick Saban's testy relationship, spelled with a Y, testy relationship with Lane Kiffin has been examined in a new book that is coming out. The book is called The Price, What It Takes to Win in College Football's Era of Chaos. The authors are Armin Katayan, who used to do...
He sounds like a late-night talk show host.
No, Armin Katayan did broadcasting. I'm trying to remember if he was sidelines or studio desk. He did something there for a while. Anyway,
You're right about that.
John Talty do a little behind-the-scenes account of Alabama's coaching staff during the Saban-Kiffin era. And obviously, in the media, you could see it on TV. You could see them screaming at each other, but you also kind of wondered how much of that is just those two guys in the moment being heated. What kind of relationship do they have behind the scenes? According to the book, Jimmy Sexton, who is the agent for Nick Saban.
He's Nick's agent, right?
Yeah. He called Nick and said, you should hire Lane Kiffin.
He's available. He wants to be here,
You got to do this.
Oh, this will help.
And so there's apparently a passage in the book where apparently Lane Kiffin was in a meeting with Saban and told him, quote, told Nick Saban, you don't know what you're talking about in a meeting. So then Saban called Jimmy Sexton, his agent, and said, that son of a bee, I'm going to fire you, Jimmy, for ever talking me into hiring that narcissistic Rick with a P. Rick? So, yeah, I'm just saying, this book sounds like something I would love to read. I love hearing all the tea. I want to know all the juicy details. Sign me up for this book.
Oh my God, this is crazy. And I'm reading through one of his articles, and you remember, I've got a vivid memory of the sideline blow up. It was in the Western Kentucky Alabama game, and Alabama's beating the crap out of them, but it's only 38-10. So maybe that just wasn't enough. You know, it was the second game of the season, and Nick Saban is just ripping Lane Kiffin, and the cameras are right on it. And you might remember the quote when asked afterwards, Saban said, there are no arguments. Those are called ass chewings. That was one of the things that had happened that was on public display for all of us to see. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. I'd forgotten about that moment, but that's why I love books like this, because we've seen a lot of these sports moments. There's a lot of things that we consume, and then they just get filtered back to, I'm sure, a fold of our brain that someday we could access. But for me, I always have trouble getting back there. Reading a book like this, suddenly it all comes back to life to you. And then you add stuff you didn't know. So that's even more stuff to file away in the area where you're eventually going to forget it again.
This was a little bit like that went on from where you just left off. It said that Sexton was expecting the call from Saban, and Kiffin had called Sexton to warn him that the boss was going to be calling. So he gave a call ahead. Kiffin told Saban in a staff meeting that he didn't know what he was talking about, and Sexton had to give Kiffin a round of, let's say, call it stern professional development, as the article puts it. And it said Sexton was enraged, and he said, I was screaming at him, let's go play the game today. Let's win the game today. If you win games, you'll get a job. People don't hire guys who are losing. They hire guys who are winning.
There you go.
That's what he told him.
Exactly right. By the way, George in Reynoldsburg tweets us quite often. Thank you, George. He reminded me of another great In Living Color sketch, Bodie, that you should check out. Homie D. Clown. That's old Damon Wayans back in his heyday, playing Homie D. Clown. So go check out Homie. That's another one that's pretty funny. But yeah, In Living Color. I had the DVD box set. I used to watch that all the time. I highly recommend it, especially if you're under the age of 30 and you've never seen it. Go check it out. I'm sure it doesn't all hold up, but some of it still does.
I'm in their Instagram algorithms.
Oh, you get some of those.
I get
In Living Color?
I get In Living Color every day.
All right.
I just saw one that was, Jerry Seinfeld and George Costanza go hit the streets.
I can't wait to see that. I don't remember that one. That's awesome.
It's pretty good.
Jim Carrey is the karate instructor that keeps getting stabbed because it doesn't go. That one's another one.
Okay. All right.
He's teaching like a self-defense class, and he gives a woman like a real knife, and she's just like, "Do you want me to stab you?" He's like, "You got to do it this way." And then he tries to like stop her, and she just keeps stabbing him. And
you got to stab me the right way, so I can stop it. If you come at me like that, I can't stop it.
Yeah. All right. The best part is when you read or tell people about the sketches that already happened, you just give them bad reads of it. That's good. We'll stop doing that. We will start doing Fat Boy Food. Tee up next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's on the right shoulder of southbound 71 on the north side at Spring Street. That's causing some holdup there. And we've got stop and go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 between Leonard Avenue and 315. This report is sponsored by Qdoba. Steak it up a notch with new habanero lime steak from Qdoba. Grilled steak tossed in habanero sauce, lime juice, and fresh cilantro. The perfect hit of heat to spice up your entree. Here for a limited time only. Order today at Qdoba.com or download the app. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Looking for reliable roofing services in Central Ohio? Go with Nitro Roofing. We'll get the job done right the first time. Reach out today for a free estimate at nitroroofing.com.
0% up to 48 months on 2024 and 25 new Lindsay Hondas.
That's zero, zip, zilch, nada.
This August, Lindsay has unbelievable savings. By offering 0% up to 4 years on every Honda on the lot, Lindsay has over 500 vehicles.
If we don't have it, it doesn't exist.
Plus, talk to us about electric options with up to $97.27 in combined savings with dealer and federal tax credits.
LindsayHonda.com or I-70 in Bryce Road.
With approved credit on select in-stock 24-25 Honda models. Dealer contribution may affect consumer cost.
Oh my OAR. Live in concert. Summer Tour 24. August 29th at Kimba Live Outdoor. With special guests, Right, and DJ Logic. Buy tickets now at AXS.com and the Penn Station box office. OAR Live, brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer and Promo West Productions.
Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just a slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
We go to war for you. Would you bring a knife to a gunfight? This is attorney Robert Scherger. When the insurance companies call, give us a call at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or go to warforyou.com for a free consultation. warforyou.com.
Kemba Financial Credit Union pays you to save. Get a $300 bonus with a new money market account and earn a premium interest rate on your money. It adds up to big-time savings for your goals and dreams. Visit Kemba.org to check our rates and learn more. Restrictions apply. Bonus requires Advantage status and $10,000 minimum balance be deposited in the first 30 days and maintained to qualify for a $100 bonus at 90 days and $200 at 180 days after opening. Federally insured by NCUA. Offer ends September 30th.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Valley Ford of Columbus. If you're looking for a great pre-owned vehicle, a massive selection of low-mileage trade-ins are waiting for you at Valley Ford. They're certified pre-owned Ford Blue Advantage cars, trucks, and SUVs at unbelievable prices. Get the better deal at Valley.
Healthcare.gov is here for you when life happens. If you lost your health coverage because of turning 26, going off Medicaid, leaving your job, or moving, you could be eligible to enroll in new coverage now. And if you need to update your coverage because of marriage or having a baby, you could also be eligible. But don't wait. There's a limited time to enroll. Check your eligibility at healthcare.gov today. Life happens. Get covered. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Rosetta Stone is the expert in language learning. Get 50% off a lifetime membership. Visit rosettastone.com/radio today to purchase and learn for life.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Light winds, plenty of sunshine, and a comfortable end of the day on Thursday. Temperatures near 80 degrees, falling all the way down to the low to mid-50s for Friday morning. But after a cool start, an even warmer finish. Plenty of sunshine, light winds, and highs in the mid-80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
No filler guests, no intelligence, and most of the time, no sports. This is Common Man and T-Bone.
We're going to do a Fat Boy food tip here in just moments. But before we get to that, I got to tell you about my friends at Able Roof. I've been telling you about them. 24-hour turnaround on most jobs, done in a day, good for a lifetime. And that's from not just anybody. It's the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. You call Able Roof today, 614-444-ROOF. And here's the deal you can get. Save up to $1,000 on a new roof, siding, and windows. And the summer promotion, no payments, no interest until 2026. Again, that's an Able Roof, not just anybody's roof. And it's done, most jobs, one-day turnaround, good for a lifetime. Call them today, 614-444-ROOF for Able Roof. Right now, that's what you want to do. Timmy Hall is here, of course. Been here all week. I appreciate it. You ready to get a little Fat Boy food tip action going?
Let's give him the tip.
Do you want to do the Common Man Fat Boy food tip thing? Do you want to try to conjure one of those up?
Common Man and T-Bone have very little value unless they're telling you about all the crap they can shove in your mouth so you can die quicker. It's time for Fat Boy Food Tip. Wait, how do you want me to say it? Tip? This is dumb. I quit.
All right, Timmy. I've got 3 things for you. 1 involves a sit-down restaurant where you can get takeout. 1 involves a favorite snack of mine, one of my favorite snacks. And 1 involves a new way to drive through. Which one would you like first?
Let's go with the last first.
Okay.
The new way to drive through.
Well, you know,
what do you got?
You know, Chick-fil-A. They've been kind of innovating in the drive-through game. You know, for years you'd go to Chick-fil-A and there'd be a person standing there taking your order. And then during the pandemic, I feel like they really ramped it up where, at least the ones I've been to, that's when you saw 2-3 lanes sometimes of people taking your order, covered awnings over the drive-through lanes for their workers.
They would have a man, almost like, what do you call that? The little shack? A man shack?
Yes, a man shack.
I mean, it is the tiniest shack. I don't know how you lift your arms when you're locked inside. It's like arms down by your waist.
Do you mean the little vinyl covering, like the full body covering?
No, it's...
You know,
describe that where...
Well, it's like a box that's like it's made out of like plastic that you wear.
You wear it.
And it has a zipper.
I have seen that.
They did that during the pandemic, I think, to keep you safe from the vid.
I'm talking about basically a man shack that you... I don't know.
Man shack.
What do we call the things that the people are in where you used to pay the tolls? The toll booth?
Like a booth.
Like a booth.
A man booth?
A man booth or a man shack? Sorry, I'm being too gender specific. It's a people shack.
It's a people shack. Of
it's
course,
more
not
like
a man
person shack. But there's
Dorothy Mantooth was a saint.
I've seen him.
That's all I could think of when you said man booth.
Yeah, I know. This has been a jumbled mess.
All right, anyway.
But I haven't seen the 3 lanes. I've seen 2 lanes before, and they've gotten pretty efficient with the drive-through service. I agree with you.
Here's a new concept they're starting, apparently, and that is they're doing this in McDonough, Georgia. They have built a restaurant because one of the things they found with traditional restaurants when you do drive-thrus is they need room for a sit-down restaurant inside. Every Chick-fil-A I've been to.
The dining area.
That's a dining area, right?
Yeah.
Well, they said, what if we totally reimagined this and said, let's just make a Chick-fil-A built for drive-thru and online orders. So here's what they've come up with. It is a Chick-fil-A that's on a similar size plot of land as your normal Chick-fil-A. However, it's 2 stories tall.
Okay.
The top story is all kitchen. So they say it doubles their capacity at this Chick-fil-A from even the largest Chick-fil-A they currently have.
Oh,
so the top is all kitchen. The bottom, it has a little pass-through. It's like a tunnel. In the tunnel is where all the workers are. They have a conveyor belt from the upstairs to the downstairs where they will put your order on the belt.
And it just kind of goes down.
Yeah. And then they get the orders. They keep them on either the drive-through side, if you're just making a drive-through order.
I'm looking at a photo. This is pretty good.
But you drive under the restaurant, under the kitchen, essentially.
You go through the tunnel.
But you never get out of your car. There's no way to go into this Chick-fil-A. They wanted to test it out to see. They say this will optimize the experience. They'll be able to serve more people more quickly. And all the workers are undercover, so they're out of the elements, shade or snow or rain or whatever.
I got no problem with this. I think there's room for that in the market because you see how busy. And look, they've probably got so many years of data and research about how many customers are going to the drive-thru. They can track a lot of people's preferences by what they buy in the app and where they select to pick it up, whether they're going inside to eat or just doing the drive-thru. They probably said, look, if we're going to maybe allow another Chick-fil-A restaurant to open in a certain territory, then you know you've got this one if you like our dining room and you want to take the family in and eat, or if you just want to go to the drive-thru and get the heck out of there, this will be more efficient for you.
I think
it's
that's
a good idea.
Right. Yeah, I think an all drive-thru is certainly an idea. And McDonald's
will be doing this, I bet. And they kind of had it in the past,
they did,
right?
When they had those arch ones.
Yes.
There's still one of
the
those
old classic ones.
There's still one of those right off of 62 when you go into Gahanna off 670, like right there.
Wasn't there one up off of Sawmill in 162 as well?
161.
Double Granville Road, 161.
Yeah, right there by the Krispy Kreme that's never open.
Never has donuts is open.
I mean, they're great. I'm sure they're fine. Buffalo Wild Wings, they're known for chicken wings, right? But now they're getting into the sauce game. And this one, they're leaning into bacon. They have a bacon-centric menu, they said, that's going to be coming out. This will include a bacon patty melt, a bacon chicken sandwich, and a bacon mac and cheese burger. The bacon patty melt has a Parmesan melted crust on top of toast, which looks awesome. All of these sandwiches will be covered in a mixture of their buffalo sauce and a new bacony flavored sauce that will be able to be put on wings or anything else they serve.
Buffalo bacon sauce.
It will come on all of these sandwiches, standard equipment, unless you ask them to take it off. And, of course, the sandwiches will have bacon, onion rings, fried onion rings, of course. They all look really good. I would actually be willing to try these. I don't go to Buffalo Wild Wings a ton, but this one would get me to go check it out. At least do a takeout order, if nothing else, for that.
They're smart in using, aside from ground beef, right, that makes delicious hamburgers, one of the best meats that we have in existence.
Agreed.
So to build some kind of sauce around bacon and capturing the essence and the flavor of that, how could that be bad? Yeah, I would want to try putting that on everything.
Sounds awesome to me, too.
Starting with a hamburger.
And finally, sad news to report, as Wallace Amos Jr.,
Famous Amos?
Famous Amos, the man behind the famous Amos cookies. He has died at the age of 88, peacefully passed in his home in Honolulu with his wife Carol by his side.
Didn't he have a great segment on an episode of The Office?
Oh, you know what? He may have.
Believe
I didn't
he did.
see that. Well, here's, if you don't know his story, born in Tallahassee, Florida, moved to New York at age 12, dropped out of high school, went to the Air Force, eventually got back to New York with a business degree, and got a job at William Morris Agency as a mailroom clerk. Eventually worked his way up to being the agency's first black talent agent. But in this time, he signed, among others, Simon & Garfunkel, The Supremes, And one of the things he would do to kind of help get a deal done is he would bake chocolate chip cookies and take them to business meetings. And so people started talking about these cookies. And whenever you had a business meeting with him, you expected he's going to bring his chocolate chip cookies with him. Mm-hmm. Well, he turned this into a marketing thing. He got these cookies made mass market, and the famous Amos cookie brand was born. And that is what you have now. If you go get one out of a vending machine, see it at the grocery store, that's all this guy who was a talent agent and just made these cookies, kind of like how real estate agents sometimes do that, where they'll have a plate of cookies waiting for you when you come to view one of their houses or something.
That's interesting.
That's what he was doing.
That's interesting. He got
it into a brand.
He got his nest money from Marvin Gaye and Helen Reddy.
Yeah, pretty great, right?
The $25,000 to get this thing going, and then the rest was history.
Good for that guy. I love stories like that.
R.I.P. Famous Amos. That is a great business success story.
I'm gonna go get some of those cookies tonight. And I understand they're not soft baked, they're not chewy.
They're just a bag of cookies, right?
There's room for all types of cookies in my mind.
It's a snack cookie.
It's great.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good.
And you know what?
Just pop it in. Forget about it.
I'm just saying you throw them in a bowl, pour some milk on them.
And you have Cookie Crisp.
I'm just saying.
Premium Cookie Crisp.
That's Fat Boy Food Tip, right? You didn't come to Marathon Runner Food Tip, did you? This is Fat Boy Food Tip. I'm just telling you that's how it's done. We'll come back. I don't know. An NFL player I think is delusional, wants to get into it with an Olympian, and I think he's stupid. We'll discuss this next. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Things are stop and go on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 23 and Sawmill Road, causing about a 10-minute delay there. And we've got some slower traffic on westbound 70 downtown between the 71 East and West split. This report is sponsored by Medical Mutual. Columbus seniors, make the right call for the right Medicare Advantage benefits. Go to medmutual.com/review now to schedule your free Medicare plan review with Medical Mutual, Ohio's hometown Medicare insurer. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
And what is it called?
A ceiling fan.
And where is it?
It's on the floor.
And why is that a problem?
Well, see, the person who named it probably should have called it a flood. No, that's not right. The guy on TV I saw put up a ceiling fan.
Are you a TV star, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Are you an electrician, Paul?
I am not.
You are?
I am a middle management accountant, and I shouldn't be putting up ceiling fans.
You should.
Call the pros who knows.
Apex Pros.
The pros who know electrical work, too. Hi, it's Alex from Apex Pros. And if you liked us for plumbing, cooling, and heating, you're going to love our pro electricians.
Apex Pros are on the way.
Much easier, isn't it?
I'm glad we sorted this out.
Me too.
Columbus loves the pros who knows. Schedule with one click at apexpros.com.
Hey, it's Anthony here from my friends at Germain Honda of Dublin. Rich is rolling out all of his new Hondas at 2.9% up to 60 months. Just not including the Civic Si and Civic Type R, but all the other awesome new Hondas, 2.9%. You love certified? He has the dream deal. 0.99% APR for 36 months on the 23s and 24s, Civics, HRVs, CRVs, Pilots, and Passports. When you think Honda, you have to visit Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Delaware County Veterans Services invites you to visit the Wall That Heals from September 12th through the 15th at Havner Park in Liberty Township. Pay homage to those that have served in the Vietnam War. The Wall That Heals is free and open to the public. To learn more, please visit thewallthathealsohio.com.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your option and visit goodfeet.com.
Bobby Carpenter once sold workout equipment on QVC Canada. There's no joke here. That actually happened. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Pain from arthritis is just awful. Constant pain. It robs you of so much of the stuff you love to do. But there are effective ways to deal with that pain. My dad and I can both tell you we were able to get relief without medication or surgery. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Listen, there are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. The place to go, QC Kinetics, right here in Columbus, Ohio. Dr. Ray Tesner and his team at QC Kinetics Utilize cutting-edge treatments that accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. Learn how QC Kinetics can use advanced regenerative medicine to treat the pain, enhance your joints, and restore your mobility. Surgery and pain pills, they're not the only option. My dad and I went there. We feel so much better. He's able to move around and walk like he wants to. I'm able to go out and run and do the things that I enjoy. So here's the great thing. Give them a call at 380-208-4544. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have 3 offices in Dublin, Gahanna, and Grove City.
It's the summer sell down at Performance. Get up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 24 Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees during the Make This the Summer of Jeep event. Performance, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Georgesville, and Delaware.
Not valid on previous sales. Cannot combine offers. Must take delivery from dealer stock 8/20 to 8/31/24.
This is the White Castle Call of the Crave, and it's telling you to come in now for 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. 10 cheese sliders for just $7.99. Boom! White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only, tax not included.
Your local Rite Aid might be closing, but don't worry. It's easy to transfer your prescriptions with GoodRx. First, check prices at GoodRx.com or on our app. Then show your coupon to the pharmacist. It's that simple. GoodRx can save you up to 80% on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, GoodRx is free, and it works whether you have insurance or not. Download the app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Common Man and T-Bone is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. We love what moves you. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Off topic is on brand. This is Man and Bone.
Coming up tonight, 6 p.m. Buckeye Show. It is, am I wrong, Tito and Tyvis? Is that what we're dealing with tonight?
Them 2 guys.
Oh, love that.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Going to be a hoot. I wonder if Tito walks in here next segment and
he'll be
starts
here.
a bunch of stuff.
Are you kidding? He's going to come and be like, hey, first of all, like that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to walk in.
Hold on. Hey, thanks a lot for inviting me to the crew game, Bone. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I must have lost the invitation.
That's right. Yes, that's exactly what he's going to do.
I heard you impersonating me back there. Is that really? Is that what I said? Hold on, I got my fantasy football to get ready for. Huh?
No, actually, you know what he'll do? He'll come in and be totally subdued now because of this verbal thrashing. He will come in and be like,
He will.
Hey guys,
what's
how
up?
you doing? How you doing? What?
He's such
I love Tito.
God.
I will say,
What
Tito has some of the best comedic timing of anyone I've worked with in radio, and I truly appreciate that about him.
If only he could have had that timing in his radio career.
No, he does.
How's that?
It's good.
No.
I like it.
Just let Tyvis join every once in a while, Tito.
He will? What do you mean let him join?
You almost got a little Tyvis yourself there.
Oh, I did?
He will. What do you mean?
What do you mean, like coming here? He wants him on the show.
Yes. No, I mean getting here for the crosstalk.
No. It's fine. Tyvis can come in. Tito can come in. Whoever shows up is welcome. That's the way I say.
Tito's turning into a look chameleon. His look is different every time we see him.
Really?
Well, he grows his facial hair so fast, and he changes it up. There's one guy I don't have to wonder about. I've always wondered what Tyvis would look like if he shaved the beard clean. He will tell me. He's never shaved in his entire life. He's never actually taken a razor blade to his face. He's clipped his beard, but that doesn't count. I'm talking about shaving. He's never shaved in his entire life.
He
just trims the beard.
Once I got out of high school, I don't think I have shaved ever since.
No kidding.
I've kept the beard. I take that back. There was one day before we had kids where I said, I'm going to go clean shaven and just see what's going on under there.
And you didn't like it.
And I looked like a 12-year-old little boy. And I said, nope, never again.
Did you look like Tim Allen in the Santa Claus for the 5 seconds before the beard?
Yes. Where I came right back on. Yeah.
I'm in big trouble.
Yeah.
But no, Tito shaves his face clean.
You're right.
Then he gets the goatee, and then he'll get a little stubble, and then he'll wear those thick glasses. Then he'll wear his Woody Hayes hat. Sometimes he's in Ohio State clothes. Sometimes he's in work clothes.
Yeah.
It's always different with him.
I know.
He never looks the same.
That makes it a joy to see him every time because you never know what you're going to get. And you'll hear that tonight on the Buckeye Show with Tito. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
He probably doesn't even know he's working tonight.
No, he knows. Come on.
He's probably rushing from the office.
Sure I'm sure he knows that. If he doesn't, yes, he will get a text message from someone who's like, "Hey, they're talking about you," and he's like, "Oh, and then
huh? Oh, jeez. Oh, boy.
Don't worry.
I didn't see the update on the schedule.
I'm sure he'll be here. That's fine. Here's someone that I think is delusional. Tyreek Hill, Dolphins wide receiver, who we know is one of the, if not the fastest player in the NFL, but certainly is very quick. And he has got real track speed. He has got football player speed. He's got everything. He is a fast human being. There's no question about that. However, he and gold medalist for the U.S. U.S. Olympic team.
Him and Noah Lyles.
They've been going back and forth.
Yeah.
So, 3-time Olympic medalist Noah Lyles said, he's the fastest guy in the world, fastest man alive.
Because he is.
He won the 100 meters
Olympic
in
gold.
the Olympics. Yeah.
Dramatic fashion.
Well, the thing is, Tyreek Hill has been saying, why don't we have a race and settle it? Because you'll remember he's also run track. He, in 2023, won a 60-meter race at the U.S. track and field competitions. Now, it often gets brought up that he won a track competition. What does not always get brought up is that it was in the Masters division where you have to be 25 to 29 years old. So that doesn't mean that he is not fast or anything. That's still the prime of your athleticism. I mean, he could very well be the fastest guy in the world. However, that is not him competing against everyone. It was competing against a limited group of people. Still very elite, fast runners, but not everyone in the world was in that competition. So he says, let's run a 50-meter race, him and Noah Lyles. Winner gets the title of fastest man. Noah Lyles said, I'm not going to mess around with that. If you want to do 100 meters on a track, then I'm there. I'm there all day. I'm not doing this 50 meters on grass without official timing, none of that stuff. And you know what? He's right. Why does Tyreek Hill want to get into this with him? I don't get it.
Tyreek thinks that he can take him, and now he wants to make it on his terms. This is all just stupid, right? It really is.
I think it is. I think it is for Tyreek Hill to try to get this all worked up.
Noah has a lot.
There's no reason for you to do this.
No, Noah has a lot more to lose with this, with the high of coming off of Olympic gold, and I'm going to go and possibly face a really, really fast football player, one of the fastest that we've ever seen. And if he's just not even wearing pads and all that and got his perfect cleats on that he knows are fit to and he knows the turf that he's on, well, then you get a little bit of that home field advantage, right? A shorter race. So, I mean, come on. Did you want to race him in the 100 meters or not?
Well,
you're saying, Tyreek, you're saying you're faster than him. So you should then go into his venue and really see what's up. He is a track star, okay? He runs 100 meters on a track.
Beyond all that, if I'm Noah Lyles, I just look at it simply as there's no response to this. I compete in the Olympics. You play in the NFL.
Right. That's what we do.
Noah Lyles is not sitting there saying, I could go out there and catch 1,000 yards in the NFL. He's not saying that, is he? Have I missed that?
I think he might have had something to say.
I'd be a better wide receiver than Tyreek Hill.
No, I don't think he said that.
Is there something like that?
Yeah, he was kind of going at I'm sorry, not the NFL part. He was kind of going at some of the NBA guys.
Well,
because they called themselves the world champs.
That's what he said about the term world champs. And
that's just
the NFL uses that too.
That's different. That's a semantics thing where he's saying you didn't compete against everybody in the world. You competed against everybody in the NBA.
All right, that's kind of an archaic take. That's all. I get it. We win one of our sports leagues in the States, of course. We're not really the champs of the world in that regard, but we look at this as our sports leagues. They attract talent
the best
from
players
all over
in the world play in
yes.
the NBA. If you are the best basketball players, you play in the NBA.
Where's Jokic
exactly.
from? Right?
Giannis,
He's
Luka.
from Serbia. We've got guys from Spain, from Serbia, from France. They all come to the NBA to play.
That's all.
Their
That's
best.
all well and good. All I mean is that Noah Lyles is debating a semantics point there of technically they're not the world champs. They haven't played the best teams in the world. They did. They played in the NBA, but he's saying it's not an international competition. It is just a U.S. competition. That stupid argument aside, he's the fastest man in the world. Tyreek Hill is a great football fast player. There is no comparison. If I'm Noah Lyles, I'm like, yeah, dude, you can go run your mouth all you want. I'm not even racing you. Then what? Then if some guy comes up and is like, I'm the fastest guy in North Carolina, or I'm the fastest guy in California, or whatever. Where does this stop? There's no stopping it then at that point. And if I'm Noah Lyles, I say, you want to show me you're faster than me, get to the Olympics, get to the Olympic trials, beat me there, then you will have something to say.
Both of these guys are just sort of natural hotheads, too.
Yes.
And Tyreek's kind of instigated this. He's probably got more experience in being a hothead for how long he's been around. But this is what happens. Mike brought this up a couple weeks ago, and you remember it when CJ and a bunch of guys started floating it out there that they could beat Ohio State's basketball team.
Right.
And a lot of people we know, friends of ours, people that are here at the station would actually entertain them. Think, yeah, you know what? Buckeye Hoop's pretty sucky right now. I think they could do it. Give me a break. These are real, breathing college basketball players that practice their craft every day. They'd roll them up. And not just win, they would roll them up.
I'm telling you, like, anyone who thinks Tyreek Hill could beat Noah Lyles in a 100-meter track meet like that, in both of them in tip-top shape, you're kidding yourself. Anyone who thinks that
would win by 8 lengths, whatever it is. You know?
Same thing with that, and I love CJ Stroud, but any of those guys that were saying that, like, oh, man, we could dust Ohio State's basketball team, get out of here. No. You probably could dust a lot of actual good basketball players, not the college basketball team that is on your campus.
I think if they played a legitimate 40-minute game with fouls and refs, if they were both
and coaches,
and if you got a pissed off Buckeye Hoops team that was hearing this, I think they win by 45.
Yeah, I'm with you, 100% right.
And they'd probably just call it off.
Back page coming up next. Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's blocking the right shoulder if you're on southbound 315 at Lane Avenue. And we've got stop-and-go traffic that's causing a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Z-Bart. Tough roads demand tougher protection. Shield your vehicle's underside with genuine Z-Bart undercoating starting from $2.99. And fortify your truck bed against scratches, impacts, and dents with Rhino Lining Spray on bed liner starting at $4.99. Z-Bart, your vehicle's best defense. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local. Drink High Bank. Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and this month 0% financing is back by popular demand on the 2024 Toyota Tundra for 48 months. But hurry in before they're gone. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com for details. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky with approved credit, tax, title, and $250 doc fee not included. Offer ends August 30th.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky. With Tire Discounter's new TD Chat BS, we can detect deception over the phone. Let's call a typical tire store.
Yellow, cheapo tire where we bolt them on for less.
Yes, I need tires and lubricant for my vehicle.
Great, come on in, we'll slap on some new tires.
And what about the lubricant exchange?
Oh yeah, we send you over to Ollie's Oil for that. They're right down the road.
Deception. Destination is 5.2 miles away.
Well, I'll be.
Also, 6 out of 10 cars need alignment.
Well, just travel on over to Alignments or Us.
Calculating. Time for 2 additional trips.
You mean you want to do tires, oil change, and alignment all in one fell swoop?
Oh, I observe that Tire Discounters, the home of free alignment, is close by.
Ugh, Tire Discounters.
And they are experts at oil changes, brakes, shocks, and...
I'm losing you.
Hello? I'm sorry. Your system has crashed.
Don't miss our Savor the Summer sale, now till Labor Day.
Next. The last thing you want to do is take another trip to the doctor's office.
And sign here and here and here.
Save yourself the hassle by visiting VeraHeal.com to talk to a state-licensed medical provider about medical cannabis. You'll see if you pre-qualify in just a few minutes. Simple as that. That'll make your day go from this to this. Visit VeraHeal.com. VERIHEAL. VeraHeal.com.
Friday nights mean high school football. Join us for the Fans High School Game of the Week.
The fun starts Friday night at 6 with Harvest Prep at Pick Central.
Your home for Friday Night Lights. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Bo Bishop here. High Bank Distillery Co. is the most awarded distillery in America at the 2024 San Francisco World Spirits Competition. Stop by your local liquor store to grab a bottle, or their 2 restaurant locations in Gahanna and Grandview. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
At Sunny Street Cafe, we scoff at the notion that restaurants should only have one tagline.
'Cause we
have 7.
And here's our number 7.
Sunny Street Cafe. Food that makes your day better. In a place that makes you feel comfortable.
With 8 locations.
The super sale is back this Friday and Saturday only at Meyer. Shop for sports, family dinners, or get-togethers, and find super low prices on favorites like Halo Mandarins for 99 cents, boneless center-cut half pork loin for $1.79 per pound, and Body Armor or Powerade sports drinks for 88 cents each. Shop super low Meyer prices while supplies last, and get the same prices in-store and online. Shop the Meyer Super Sale this Friday and Saturday only. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store and in the Meyer app.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Final segment of the program. Now joining us, our guy, Jeff Thidoff, a.k.a. Tito. Hello.
Hey.
Thidoff, how are you?
I'm well rested. Didn't have any soccer games to go to. Matches, I'm sorry. I was, pretty well rested. Didn't have to stay up late to watch any.
Oh, you didn't stay up for Leagues Cup there, Tito?
That's waiting on a call, but whatever.
Waiting on a call for what?
Just tickets to the game, maybe. Friends from the friends of the show, maybe. I don't know. I thought maybe it would happen. I don't know.
Tito.
I didn't go to the game, Tito. I didn't have tickets.
Okay, wait. Did you get asked to go to the game?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't have tickets to the game. I didn't go to the game. I watched from home.
Do you guys have a watch party together?
No.
Man's basement?
No. I said man's He invited us over to watch.
Did he? My phone must have been on silent when that happened.
I was too busy and I couldn't go to his beautiful home to watch.
You're always busy. I can't go to that. I've never been to the compound.
Well, that's an unfortunate thing for you.
It's nice.
No, I'm sure. Don't.
It's nice.
I'm sure it is.
He's got an HVAC for the upstairs
and
then another separate HVAC for the lower level.
It's something. It's
2
quite a thing.
HVACs.
George and Wheezy over there. They are moving on up. That's pretty impressive. Did I date myself with that one?
You did.
Should I have said Thurston Howell? Would that have been better?
Be much
Don't
more
sleep
current.
on Gilligan.
Yeah. Much more current references. I like them.
Why no Gilligan reruns anymore?
No,
it's too old. I don't see it anywhere. Do you?
I mean, I don't look for it. That's probably.
Did you watch the cartoon?
There was a cartoon of Gilligan's Island?
Yeah, there was a cartoon, Gilligan's Island. Years after the show was over, they did one with the voices of the characters and stuff. They had like a Harlem Globetrotters episode, I remember. Sometimes they'd have like Batman and Robin.
Oh, wow.
Gilligan's Island,
Was this like a Hanna-Barbera thing they
probably
did?
was, yeah. I think it was.
It seems like that's something they would do.
Yeah. Sorry, Bone. I posted a intro to one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, and that's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, I saw
the
that.
original.
Yeah.
It was really, Tyvus got me thinking about it because he was serenading T-Bone with the theme to Pokemon. I kind of miss Pokemon. Of course, it's become a global sensation, and it's hard to not know about it or what it is.
It's not like it's gone.
No, it's not gone. It's staying. It's staying. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have stayed too, and they have had many iterations. And I would say most people know it from the more modern cartoon or the more modern movies. But the original cartoon, that was the one
with
for me.
The Technodrome, where you got the
Yep.
I wanted one of those toys so bad. It was like an orb with the
orb.
wheels on the bottom.
Yep.
What am I trying to say?
I don't
tracks.
know.
The little tracks on the
track
bottom that would
things.
roll. Yeah.
I
know
just remember
the
Vanilla
voice.
Ice doing the theme song for the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, yeah, for the real movie.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. Ninja rap.
Ninja,
doing
go.
the dance
Right, yes.
like this. Oh, yeah.
Didn't the Turtles get it? Find themselves on stage for that, and they were dancing. With Vanilla Ice.
And then Super Shredder. Shredder drinks the ooze and becomes Super Shredder and knocks the whole pier down.
Well, in the cartoon, the voice of Shredder is Uncle Phil.
It is?
That's right.
Is that
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yes. He passed. I know he
yes,
passed
he's gone, yeah.
like
He did.
7 to 10 years ago.
Well,
was his name Will Avery or something? Or
something Avery. I
William
tell you.
Avery?
That might be right.
Yeah.
The other voice, of course, from the Ninja Turtles, at least the live action ones, Corey Feldman did, I think, Michelangelo's voice.
He's a great singer. I don't know if you've been seeing some of his
I've
clips.
seen so he plays guitar.
His
He does pretty well.
guitar solos are just
He's
epic.
fantastic.
I'm not going to rush out to buy any music by him. This is a great podcast.
The Comeback King? Is that what we're talking about? You mean Corey Feldman, the Comeback King?
Yes, that's him. That's him.
Oh, my God.
Corey Feldman, the Comeback
That is
King.
so cringe. Everything about that. Tito, what's coming up tonight on the Buckeye Show?
Tyvis and I tonight, and we're going to talk about. Look, I'm so excited. I'm going to call it right now. This is going to be the greatest college football season ever, and I'll tell you why. We got Beers and Buckeyes with Pat Murphy. Also, some anonymous coaches and coordinators gave their opinions on quarterbacks, specifically from the Big Ten. We'll talk about that as well.
Buckeye Show is next. Right now, it's time for Backpage.
The Back Page. The Back Page with Common Man and T-Bone.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Take it away, Timmy.
All right, boys. This kind of picks up where we left off with the Tyreek Hill versus Noah Lyles thing, but just in a slightly different arena. So Patrick Mahomes had just a GIF that he tweeted out based on something that was said. It's the GIF of 50 Cent just looking completely befuddled. Like, no, like, don't agree. It's like you type up disagree, and then that would be one that's there.
Right.
So it's because Darnell Doucette.
Yes.
He has been making the rounds. We talked about him once already. Well, he is going a little deeper into this by not really taking a shot, but he's talking about Patrick Mahomes now.
He's the quarterback of the U.S. flag football team. Flag football coming to the Olympics.
Yeah, and he assumes he's going to still be the quarterback.
He says, I'm the guy right
when
now.
the Olympics come
All these
around.
NFL guys have to beat me out for the job. Good luck with that.
He'll be 39 years old when the 2028 Olympics in L.A. happen.
Yeah.
And about Patrick Mahomes, Doucette's making the case that he would lead Team USA better than Patrick, saying, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm better than him because of my IQ of the game. And that was the gift that Patrick just threw back. He didn't give it any words.
All right.
But I do agree. Look, flag football's, there could be some nuances to it where it's different than football, but this is ridiculous.
If you're really
It's
fast,
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, if you're really
Listen.
fast, you can throw the ball well, you're going to be on that flag football team.
Instead of early Doucette, we should call this guy late by a lot Doucette, because I'll tell you what, that take is... Someone who's his friend should come over and be like, hey, man, seriously? Why don't we just put the phone down?
Somebody ripped the flag out of that take.
That's no good.
Do you think football teams will try to tell their guys not to play in it?
Oh, I think the NFL is going to. I don't think that. I think the NFL is pushing for this, and I think they're going to say, we want some of our stars to
it's going
build
to
the
be
game.
a select kind of player.
Right. It might be like
you're not getting Patrick
Jameis
playing
Winston,
in this.
come on down. Like you're the next contestant on Flag Football Island, but like someone who's
Jameis going to get sacked a lot, man. He's still worried about licking his fingers.
Yeah, but all these NFL guys are going to know. Wait a second. No one's going to hit me.
Oh, that one, yes.
No one's going to bury their helmet into my numbers. I can just throw this football with no one hitting me. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Like, come on. There will be no problem for them if they do that. All right, that's good for us. Buckeye Show is next. We'll be back tomorrow. It's Man and Bone on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You should watch out for an accident that's on southbound 270's off-ramp to eastbound 33, and that's on the east outer belt. The left shoulder is blocked on the ramp. We also have a 15-minute delay on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt between 315 and 71. This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
is a Fan Action Update.
A look at some NFL season-long player props. For most regular season receiving yards this year, Tyreek Hill is the favorite at 6-1. Second in the odds is Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb at plus 750. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and Jamar Chase are both 10-1 to lead the league in regular season receiving yards. Buckeyes on the list. Garrett Wilson, 15-1. Marvin Harrison and Chris Olave, 30-1. For your action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Driving this summer in a new Honda. Act now during Honda's summer event to save thousands with low 1.9% financing. Full inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans, and hybrids. With hybrids, the battery charges as you drive. Don't miss Honda's summer event with big savings on gas or hybrid, like the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, now with low 1.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer.
See dealer for financing details. For well-qualified buyers, offer ends 9/3/24.
At Kroger Pharmacy, CARE is making it easy to get vaccinated. CARE is helping you stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Seasonal vaccines are available 7 days a week with evening hours. CARE is giving you a shot at staying healthy this season. Walk in whenever is best and get multiple vaccines in one visit at your local Kroger Pharmacy. So come and get the protection you need while protecting those around you. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Visit Kroger.com/vaccines for more. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See site for details.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. You've heard their name on the radio. You've seen them on TV and possibly have heard about them from a family member or friend. One question always arises. What makes Newman Roofing different from the thousands of other roofing companies out there? Well, the answer is simple. It's a company built around family. With 3 generations of family in the roofing industry, the Newman family has built a reputation on honesty, transparency, and consistency. Family members holding key positions from the office sales to production teams, they strive every day to ensure each customer receives excellent experience and a quality product. And I should know they did my roof and their family did a great job. The Newman family drive to take care of their customers radiates throughout their team. Each team member takes pride in the work that they do. As the Newmans say, when your name is on it, it just means more. If you're in need of a roof repair or replacement, call the company that is built around family. Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF or newmanroofing.com.
Picture this, the perfect summer barbecue. No stress, no responsibilities, just all your friends, burgers and hot dogs on the grill, and a delicious, refreshing Pepsi Zero Sugar in your hand. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Burgers sizzling, hot dogs cooking, Pepsi Zero Sugar fizzing, and a backyard of very, very happy people. Oh yeah, we could get used to this. Very, very used to this. Pepsi, the official beverage of Grills Night Out.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone here from my friends at Valley Ford of Columbus. Do you have a classic or custom truck or car? Well, good news. You can show it off at Cars and Coffee at Valley Ford of Columbus. There's no entry fee. Just drive in this Saturday. Cars and Coffee starts at 10 a.m. only at Valley Ford of Columbus. This Saturday is the annual F-150 gathering, so bring yours, custom, classic, or stock, and come hang out with other truck and car fans. Food, fun, and fast trucks and cars. It's open to all at the Valley Ford of Columbus Cars and Coffee this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.